Oh shit, that shit goes live as soon as you press it. Alright, we're live. Right. Kal halal
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem HaKadosh.
and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and honors to you brothers out there in the highways and the byways, teaching this word in all sincerity and in truth. And we back out again this week. You see our prophecies are unfolding as usual. Beautiful things are happening, especially down there in the Middle East, but all throughout the world, man. Everything we see in this prophecy, man. You know, this place is falling apart, you know, chaos, and it's all leading towards the coming of our Lord Yahweh Shai and that new kingdom, all right, which is the kingdom of heaven. So it's all beautiful. So we're gonna kick it off. Probably start off with. Oh, you see, you got something. You want something you want to bring first?
Yeah, I got something. Yeah.
Okay, and then we jump into second entrance.
It's Revelation chapter 19 and verse 10. And I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, see thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren that had the testimony of Yahweh Shai. Worship the Most High Yahweh. For the testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy.
Right, the spirit of prophecy, man. And the Lord, that's what the Lord has blessed us with, man. His prophecy. In fact, the prophecies of the Lord is exclusive. It's exclusive. Not only is the Bible, the biblical prophecies are exclusive. You ain't gonna find Bible prophecy nowhere else. That's why you get them goofy dudes, Emotep, or you know, what's them niggas called again? The black unconscious. They ain't got no prophecy. You can't go into the book of the dead and get no prophecies out of it.
There ain't no do what the hell they want to do.
There ain't no prophecies. Even Islam, they like to, man, they ain't got no prophecies. The Quran doesn't have prophecies in it. Right? Like, they say Muhammad was a prophet. He wasn't a prophet. He didn't have no prophecies. You understand what I'm saying? The prophecies of the Bible are unique and only exist in the Bible, exactly as they are. And then the understanding of the prophecies has really only been given to certain select men, beginning with the apostles and elders, to break it down so that in the name of the Lord, because you got to proclaim these prophecies in his name. So when they come to pass, you understand, okay, that was his men, and it's the word of the Lord that came to the pass, and not the word of no idol. That's why them Christians, they ain't got the prophecy right. That's why Volker Malone don't want to really deal with prophecy. All right? Yeah, go on.
It's the book of Isaiah 34 and 16. Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and lead. No one of these shall fail, none shall want our met. For my mouth it has commanded, and his spirit it has gathered them.
Right, we don't need no other books. There's only one holy book, which the word holy means separated. The word of the Most High is separated from all other words, from all other books. Now you got certain guys now, you know, they get perverse spirits on them. They start bugging out, then they start going into wayward books. Next thing you know, they got a next name, they got next this breakdown and that breakdown. We ain't dealing with that. And you know what, like, we're in the time in this thing that we don't even entertain them dudes, man. At the end of the day, they're just adding to the long list of folly that's out there in the world. So if you want to go follow them, go follow them. We're us, man, over here. We're not going to lose sleep. If you want to go follow these wayward dudes that's coming out with some bugged out doctrines, and that's in your spirit to do that, then go do it. Just like the mark of the beast. Listen, we warn you that the mark of the beast is the implantable RFID chip. Oh no, it's not. Well, go take 3 then. It's not me. We're not going to lose sleep. Listen, we warned you. We told you what it is. If you're 100% believe within yourself that it's the implantable RFID chip is not the MOTP, then take 3. Take one in each arm and one up your ass, man, and keep it pushing. We're not getting. Listen, we ain't got time for that. We just gonna bring it out like it is.
We're gonna stay on course. We're gonna continue the things that our elders and apostles have taught us, man. You know, and you can see it's the Lord at work, you know, making these bug out, man.
Yep.
Taking everything away from them.
And they always got a problem with the apostles and elders, man. And them men are pillars in this ministry, man. Pillars. The consistency, the spiritual consistency of these men and integrity is without question. Then you get some random bug out who ain't done nothing for the ministry. There's a heathen or trying to disrespect the apostles and elders, man. But like I said, we don't really. You guys are just. I mean, we don't even take you seriously, man. Who are you?
You got ancient elders coming back out of the woodwork, acting like they never left, like they're gonna, you know, clean everything up and all this kind of.
And where you been at? Where
Like,
you been? There's no consistency from these guys. They disappeared or I'm off grid.
but that's what I'm saying. Because you said that I was supposed to be the pillars of this thing, man. And it's true. These guys dipped out as soon as their faith broke.
Yeah.
They ducked out, man. Went back into the world, and now you know they've got nothing better to do
Now they're
right
trying
now.
to come back in,
You know,
trying to throw around some kind of authority, man.
Yeah.
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, go on.
It's Matthew chapter 13 from verse 10. And the disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou unto them in parables? He answered and said unto them, Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given.
Certain man ain't gonna get this, man. Certain man just ain't gonna get this. That's something that you're taught from the very beginning. Certain man, even among our own people, are just not gonna get it. Some man, it look like they get it, and then they lose it because they never really had it in the first place, and you see that.
Stony ground.
And we've seen them guys all the time. And one thing we do know about these dudes is a lot of these guys that they buck up and start acting madness and come away with doctrines, they disappear. You give it like 6 months, 8 months, they disappear. And apparently they were the men. They had all the truth, but they just they fade out. They like them. They like them one-hit wonder dudes. You know them dons that come up with a big track and they get all their attention, and then like nobody knows them. Them man were walking down the street 5 years later and no one can recognize them.
Yep.
Because they had that one-hit wonder, then they disappeared. They fell off. That's these dudes.
Their fire went out. The oil ran out. Finished.
Waste, man. That's all it is.
But if we made the mistake now and jumped ship with them, where the fuck would we be now?
Yeah.
Nowhere.
What happened to all them dudes that were teaching flat Earth? Where they at, man?
They fell off.
Yeah, them man must have went to find the ice wall, man. It's mad out here, man. So look, man, you guys that's locked in and that's really listening to that's good. The Lord has blessed you, man. And stay locked in. But hey, listen, you want to go listen to them guys, we can only warn you under the pain of death. But hey, do that. if that's what you really want to do, go listen to these clowns, man.
Yep. It's verse 12. So for whosoever have, to him shall be given, and he shall have more abundance. But whosoever have not, from him shall be taken away even that he have. Therefore speak I to them in parables, because they seeing, see not.
And that's the majority of our people. They have eyes to see, but they don't really see spiritually. The Lord hasn't opened things up to them. That's why they can't see certain things. That's why to this day, men are bucking up against the fact that you're gonna have Israelites that look like the other nations. You're going, listen, I know it's extremely irksome, but you're gonna have Israelites that look, speak, and dress just like them Amalek. But really they're an Israelite. They're because you had Israel, even in the history. I mean, I'm going into recent history. Don't you know that there's records that you had actual Jews? Because when you go into it, the Sephardic Jews were actually Israelites who retained the identity of being a Jew. See, when you go into history, certain Jake retained the identity of being a Jew. Certain Jake took upon themselves a different identity. Like they call themselves a Moor, or they might end up in Greece. Now they're calling themselves a Greek. Now they're Christian. They got a different moniker, or I'm English. There were certain of our people that kept the moniker of being a Jew. And that's why when you go into the Middle Ages, sometimes it can be difficult to distinguish when it's talking about our people who are still considering themselves to be Jews and these guys, because these guys came in and kind of blended themselves into that historical line. So when you go, it's even recorded in the Lost Tribes and Promised Lands. It's recorded how you had a Jew. I'm not going to say a so-called Jew because he was a real Jew. You had one of our people that was in the court at Cordoba in Spain. Now the court of Cordoba in Spain was a Moor court. So really what you had was an Israelite who was calling himself a Muslim. They were running things, but they had another Israelite who was identifying as a Jew in the court underneath him. Right? Now the issue they had at that time was there was no Jewish kingdom. What does it mean by Jewish kingdom? There wasn't a kingdom where it was Israelites calling themselves Jews who believed in the Torah, who were ruling and running things according to the Torah. All the kingdoms that existed, it was all under Christianity at the time or Islam. And so the Israelites who were still calling themselves Jews had to live under these conditions. So it's like I'm living in this kingdom. I'm calling myself a Jew, but I'm under what they call it, Christendom. Or if you're my man, I forgot his name. He was in the court at Cordoba. He's rolling with guys that are Muslim, but he's a Jew in his religion, and he held fast to that identity. Now he heard of a rumor of a people of Jews that were living up in the Khazarian region. It came to the court of Cordoba that there's a nation of people who are basically Jews.
Practice the way.
And he was like, rah, there's a place where basically man them are rolling with the same, and it's my people. So he wrote a letter saying, listen man, if this is true, I will take me and my whole family and we're gonna go there. But then it's recorded that there was a bit of sadness, because when man went there, they found out that man were converts, that it wasn't a kingdom of their kindred who were taken upon them. Because when you go into the history, Kagan Bullen, who was the king of the Khazars, he took upon himself the religion of the Jews and converted his people, like Herod. And they converted their people over onto the religion of the Jews. So but what point I'm trying to make is you had Israelites who were Jews that went up in and among them and were preferring to live among them, because they were like, I'd rather live here among man that's under these customs than be among the Muslims or among the Christendom. So then you're gonna have Israelites scattered among even them Khazarians. And then what happened is when the Khazarians came into Europe and they settled mainly in Eastern Europe, they started mingling with the so-called Sephardic. Now the Sephardic were actually Israelites. So when they were mingling, right, that's why you're going to have some of them that actually are Israelites, because the Sephardic Jews were actually the real Jake that were in Spain. So, but they've messed up the whole bloodline because they start going by mother's bloodline. There's not even no point trying to trace it. But you are going to have Israelites that's among them too, and we can't deny that. Okay,
go on. It's the book of Tobit 13:3. Confess him before the Gentiles, ye children of Israel, for he has scattered us among them.
We're scattered among all these nations. You know, Israel is swallowed up among these nations. So if they were in and among Amalek, and they're breeding up Amalek's girl, putting the girl them under real pressure, the girl might come out looking like Ben Ayun. You know what I mean? The girl might, the youth them are gonna come out looking funny looking, but they're actually Israelites, man. And there's examples of that we say like Kirk Douglas. More than likely could be a Jake, but he's supposed to be a so-called Jew. All right. Oh, the other goody, I think he's a Jake, man. That what's his name? Rosenthal. You know the dude that plays Punisher.
Oh yeah.
That dude could be a Jake, man. That dude could be a Jake. So we're not even ignorant of that. That even among our greatest of enemies, we got seeds scattered among them, and they're gonna look like them. They're gonna talk like them. But if they're of the elect, guess what? They're gonna be drawn back out of them, and that's our faith. But some mans, they can't see that. Why? Because their spirit, they're blinded to that spiritual fact. Yep. Just like some man can't see that America's Babylon, and so on and so forth. They stumbled in these scriptures. It has to be written plain for them. They can't see the spiritualness. Some man can't even get that the so-called white man is Esau Edom. They can't even get that.
All the evidence points at him.
The serpent. Japhet. Listen, the whole world ain't looking at them Aborigines in Australia like, yo, you the devil. You're a liar. Everyone's doing videos. These men are liars. They always lying. Who's getting videos made from them unilaterally saying these men are liars, them men are always doing this, they're always doing that? It's only the so-called white man. Even there was a video I was watching with that Nigerian, which is just Jake. Godfrey. Godfrey's a Jake, man. Yeah. And he had some Elamites on his show, so-called Elamites, and they were like, hey, we're not even Hindus. The white man called us Hindus. It was a mispronunciation of Indus. We're not Hindus. And I was like, damn. And then Godfrey's like, damn, these fucking white people just went. But again, do you see my point?
Mm.
Everyone can have that PTSD. Like, yo, this man really done fuck with everyone. It weren't Japhet. So how can Japhet be the so-called white man be Japhet?
Like, Japheth not even played like a major part in prophecy really at all. To be honest, you know, Esau does
Bro,
though.
we might fuck around and forget to put Japhet in slavery blood. Like, I'm only joking. That's a joke. I mean, like, do we even talk about Japhet? No one even talks about it. Them man are just out there, big ass dudes that fight a lot, man. We don't really know any. You know, what I mean, you might forget, like, oh shit, man, them fuckers there, like, we still left them on the islands and shit. We need to go put them man in slavery, man.
Esau is doing all this madness, man. Not Japheth. You know.
Yeah.
So anyway, back here in Matthew 13 and what was that? Verse 13. To therefore speak I to them in parables, because they seeing not, and hearing they hear not, neither do they understand. And in them is fulfilled the prophecy of Isaiah, which saith, by hearing ye shall hear, and shall not understand, and seeing ye shall see, and shall not perceive. For this people's heart is waxed gross, and their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes they have closed, lest at any time they should see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and should understand with their heart, and should be converted, and I should heal them.
Right, because at the end of the day, if you truly understand this truth and you believe, you're going to be saved. That's the algorithm. Because the Lord has promised that. There's no way you can hear this word, understand it, and believe and not be saved. That's not in the algorithm. That would make the Most High a liar. If you hear this word, you understand, and you believe, you have faith, your salvation is part of the algorithm. It's if you don't believe, if you don't understand, that's where you get destroyed, right? So that's why 2/3 of our people, they're not gonna hear, believe, understand.
Because this is part of the sealing, you know, the sealing of the elect. And Most High, you know, Yahweh Hashem is giving you this knowledge to understand, to receive it, man, so you can be sealed at the end. It's those that can't retain all of that. They can't retain the understanding. They can't, you know, they don't still believe. You know, and that's why you get these fall outs and these bug outs, man. Because the scripture speaks about endurance to the end. The saints shall be saved.
Yeah, a lot of these motherfuckers, man, they lack faith, like the scripture says. The Lord is delaying their coming, and they bug out for one reason or another, and it's an excuse to go and live their life the way they want to live it. That's all it is, man. We've seen it. Even some of these motherfuckers that stick around, they claim they're doing the work of the ministry, but they want to do the ministry the way they want to do it, to fulfill their own lust. That's why niggas is in the club on the Passover and doing all kind of doing this and doing that, and a day in the life of them. You know who I'm talking about. Them niggas is doing it how they want to do it. They don't want to. They didn't want to be under the discipline of what the ministry actually is. So they're finding a way to do things the way they want to do it. That's all it is.
It speaks about they press that they know me, but in works they deny me. But they want to do things their own way, not the way the Lord said for us to do. You know, they want to incorporate the world into this ministry and things like that. Well, the world's got nothing to do with this ministry, man. We were taken out of the world.
Exactly.
You know?
But that's what the word holy means, to be separate, you know?
Yep.
But niggas just want to be in the world, man. But the world's about to be, listen, even over there in Palestine, them man are already in lamentations and woes. And that's just the beginning. What's happened there in Palestine is going to happen in the whole world. We were just talking about this before camp. The march and then the children. Oh, Lord, the children. Well, we're not hypocrites. We're not here to cry about the children, because at the end of the day, we're going to put them children in slavery, man. So we're not going to be hypocrites and act like we're out here to save all the children, because we're not. Like, I can promise you that the children are not going to be saved. The children are going into slavery. All the children from the baby upward are going into slavery in our kingdom. I'll just be honest. We're not going to be like Vocab Malone and pretend. The only reason we mention it is because them man have brought that moral standard to us and try to shame us, but then they don't keep that same energy. We're not out here. Let's make it clear. We're not advocates for the Palestinian people. The Palestinian people are heathens and idolaters, and they're going into judgment, and we're going to bring judgment on them too.
The enemies of the Lord, us too, man.
The Lord ain't with them,
you know. And the Lord always speaks about man within child,
and we've made that clear.
No respect to a person.
But hold on, we've made that clear.
You don't resent.
We've not flip flopped on that. We're not all of a sudden,
oh no,
singing salvation for the Palestinians. But what we will admit is Them man are doing them Palestinians dirty. And you man was talking like you lot were on that Oakley Dokley shit. Oakley Dokley. That Ned Flanders thing. And then all of a sudden you went from Ned Flanders to the Punisher. Man turned from Ned Flanders to the Punisher. I get him, I knock him down. They don't get back up. You know,
That's a wild transformation, bro.
they went from Oakley Dokley to the Punisher. Oh, the man turned into Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah, in Commando. You know when he was just moving and just murking man, killing man on the plane and all that. It's mad. We've never had that. We've never put anyone under the disillusion that there's not pain coming to the other nations, including the children. In fact, one of the main scriptures we read, can we get that in Psalms 1? Is it 137:9? Which vocab had a problem with. Oh, see? And we're reading it from the Bible, and he still tried to make it personal. Like, see, these men are wicked, brother. There's enough youths with their yoke hanging out of their head right now in Palestine. And you said that was good. You said that was justified. Yeah. Their yoke is hanging out, blood. You know when you crack an egg and the yolk just flop out onto the pan? That's what's happening over there in Palestine.
You're in the hospital, man.
How much you think it takes to crush a baby's head and have the yolk coming out? That's what's happening in Palestine right now. You co-sign that. Man had he's had 4 opportunities. Bare live stream the man had. The man's had nothing but so-called Jews on his live stream. Yeah, exposing Palestine, exposing Hamas. But not one live stream did he come out and say, oh, Oakley Dokley. What about peace?
But you know what? That reminds you of the scripture, man. Never trust thy enemy, man, but how he'll change his countenance. That's a wild transformation, man. From Ned Flanders to the Punisher is a mad transformation. I don't hear no talk and that ain't even the worst of it yet.
He ain't campaigning for peace. He ain't saying forgive. Where's the forgiveness? Hold on. What about turn the other cheek?
He ain't going down there with no aid.
But what about turn the other cheek? You know that you gotta turn the other cheek. Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord.
No, it's the IDFs.
Man said the Israeli state have a right to defend themselves.
But you don't even you're like a double hypocrite. You're like a maximum hypocrite, man. Because you don't even believe in those guys in the land.
Disgusting.
You're like you're a fucking serpent, man.
You're a paradox. You're a walking paradox. You're a Christian Zionist, and replacement theology is all in your brain. That's a paradox. They shouldn't even exist in the same space. But with you it does, because you're inconsistent. We're very consistent because our Lord is consistent. Yep. The word is consistent, and when you deal with the word, you're consistent, man. So we ain't pretending out here that we're against babies getting killed. No, we're not against that, because the Bible tells you there's a time for everything. It's what it judges it is whether it's a righteous, because the Bible says thou shalt not murder. There's a difference between murder and killing. Those are 2 different things. So it's just like hate. Hate is not neither evil nor good. Because the Bible tells you to hate the evil and love the good. What happens if you love evil? Well, that's an evil thing. So
you hate good.
But these man unilaterally say hate is a bad thing. Then what are you doing in Palestine right now? That's not love.
Love bombs.
That's not the fruits of the spirit. Fruits of the spirit. Fucking Oakley Dokley ass bitch ass motherfuckers, man. That's why when we get you in slavery, man, there's not gonna be no talking. Because we see through the serpent. That mask, that Oakley Dokley that you put on to try and desensitize Jake and try and make Jake soft. Put the guard down. Put their guard down. Oh, the white man. So look, he's Oakley Dokley now. He loves everybody. He just wants everybody. No. We ain't gonna play them games. When we get you in the kingdom, man, we're gonna be coming on some real, like, you're gonna get punished, man, and we're gonna be cold. That's gonna make you feel so hopeless. The way how cold we're gonna be with you, the way you're gonna see the hate in our eyes and the fact that we don't care about you, man.
Because you know, who Edomites know, man. You're the nation that is in need of the most fucking mercy, man, and you ain't getting none.
You ain't gonna get no mercy, man.
You know, even the small hats know that, and the Zondervan Bible Dictionary, they know that about Edom.
You're gonna get no mercy, man. You're gonna get dealt with.
This is the book of Numbers 24 and 20. And when he looked on Amalek, he took up his parable and said, Amalek was the first of the nations, but his latter hand shall be that he perish forever.
That coincides with Obadiah. You know, because Amalek is just a tribe of Edom, right? But the whole Edom are going to get done away with. They're going to perish forever.
Hey, we got Psalms 137 and thing. Because you see, it's funny because you see how these men are quick to be killing everyone else's children. It's funny because the Most High is poetic.
They're hesitant, though, isn't it?
Oh,
They're
hesitant.
Yeah, they're hesitant.
They listen. These men are such
So
devils.
we.
That man said, yeah, the Hamas are putting, somehow they just know Hamas is putting all their military equipment inside a hospital somewhere because they know that Israel's going to be hesitant to do it. Bro, the next day they bomb 1,500 targets. How is that hesitance? In what world is it hesitant? How would Hamas think it's a good idea to hide in a hospital when you man blow up a hospital like it's nothing?
And then man didn't want to like make an announcement for the Palestinians to leave or nothing like that. They didn't want to do that initially. They were just bombing the shit out of it. They weren't giving no warning.
Joke. It's a joke thing. It's a joke thing. The whole thing's a joke.
Charade, bro.
But you know what? It's good because when you get what's coming to you, because the Bible says you reap what you sow. When your babies are getting killed, and I'm not saying we're going to kill your babies now. I'm saying it's the judgment of the Lord. The Messiah is going to come and lead that charge. You can't say nothing because it's going to be a righteous judgment because you are going to receive of what you did. God is not mocked. You've been killing the babies of the Israelites for the longest. Forget about the Palestinians, man. Just Gad alone, you man have got to pay for that. Man, kill Billy like Predator, you know.
This is the book of Psalms 107. I'm starting from 7. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem.
That's you, Edomites. The Bible says, remember it. See, they don't want us to remember the acts of Esau, Edom. They can remember shit, but we can't remember the Alamo. They don't want us to remember all the madness that these men have done to our people. And when I say our people, I'm not just talking about the so-called Negroid tribes, because that's what he tries to do. We said, yo, bro, we're not black Hebrew Israelites, we're Hebrew Israelites. No, it's black Hebrew Israelism. And it starts putting his terminology on us to try and marginalize us. How are we black Hebrew Israelites when Gad is not considered to be black?
Latinos.
What, they're not considered to be black. Most of the tribes are not even considered to be black. So how are we labeled as the black Hebrew Israelites? Because you're trying to marginalize us and again control the narrative, like the devil's been doing for the last 500 years. Yep. So-called white supremacy at its finest. We're telling you, like, we're not black Hebrew Israelites, bro. You just ignore it. No.
Never address it. You know, we got people in the Canada like you. You know, it's never been about that. But it's the narrative that you need to push. You know, your masters are telling you to push. Yep.
As goes on to say, bless it, even to the foundation thereof.
So we're not even meant to forget about these things. These are ancient time ago, man. We're not even meant to forget about these things, man.
You know why they were hating? Because Jerusalem was greater than anything Edom ever built. They were always playing second fiddle, man. Where was the greatness? Like, I'm talking about the land of Edom. What greatness did they build?
Stories of
the temple was known as one of the 7 wonders of the world. What the hell did they build? That's why they were hating. We know what them Edomites are like. They don't like to see Jake doing nothing. We were styling on y'all, man, and he didn't like it. She's like, yeah, make sure you destroy it. Yeah, you hating ass demons, man.
Yeah, so all the gold and shit.
But that's all right, because we're gonna destroy all your temples and all your buildings, pursuant to Malachi, the first chapter. You shall build, but the Lord is gonna throw down, and that's getting set up right now through this the arrogancy of the Israeli state. They don't even know that they think they're in control, but they're making the steps towards their own ultimate destruction, man. You see all these Israelis over there celebrating the death of the Palestinians. They don't even know the snare is being set. The Lord is walking you into your own destruction. Y'all gonna die over there, man. Terrible.
Because the beautiful thing is, man, the Most High don't care about either nations, man. You're there as pawns in fodder for the Most High's greater plan. So you don't care who's putting to death this side, that side, don't matter. But the Lord's laughing at both of y'all. You think the Most High ain't down with killing the babies and all this kind of stuff, but the Most High is the one that's making it happen right now. And you Israelis think you got the upper hand right now, but you ain't gonna be in that position forever. It's gonna be you feeling what they're feeling right now.
Worse.
You know? Yeah.
You're gonna be surrounded by a bunch of crazy Arabs, man, and they all hate you, man, as they should. As they
that's
should.
nice.
Everybody should hate you. You were made to be hated. You're disgusting.
Well, in the scriptures, Obadiah tells you despised among the nation, man. That's why
Yeah.
everyone's got shit to say about you, man.
Bro, the whole world, literally the whole world, social media, they can't even control the algorithm. The algorithm is out of control because everyone's just looking at the hypocrisy and it's like, yo, the whole world is like outside of the West is unilaterally, unanimously like, yo, these men are some devils. The only one that defended this man in the UN was the United States of Amalek. Hold on.
O daughter of Babylon, who are to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewardeth thee, as thou has served us.
Right, yo, listen, it says we're gonna be happy. We're not gonna be mourning. What does it mean to reward you as you served us? Listen, I've seen the chains. I come from the islands. Remember, there was a room in my school where they had chains and that in the room. I've been to the sugar plantation. Remember, my granddad took me to the old sugar plantation with the big concrete guts where all the molasses used to come down. We know the history. What you did to our people, man. The pain, the beatings, the fear that our people live under. The tortures. What you did in the Congo, taking off man's hands. You did that to man. The atrocities you committed against our people is innumerable. Even the Rasta man them say the half has never been told because it can't. Even when you record this massacre, that ain't every massacre gonna get recorded. Ain't every instance of Jake suffering at the hands of this Edomite been recorded. It can't be. There ain't enough books to record everything you did to our people. The Bible said, happy shall he be who rewardeth you, meaning we're going to be happy to do the same to you. We're going to be happy to torture you, to have you under terror, knowing that you have a cruel Lord and you under real terror. Because you know that we're gonna bring it to you. And worst thing is it's gonna be righteous. If you read in them books about Jake, like if you heard that something happened to a so-called white person and you was a Jake, you were instantly in terrible fear because you know that them crackers, all man, a cracker would just blame it on a Negro. The wrath. They would just say a Negro did it. As soon as them man even, because a lot of crackers got away with crimes by spreading the rumor they saw a black man. Them man don't want to hear nothing else.
Some just want to see a black guy lynched, man.
And then they don't care if it's the right.
No,
they don't care if it's
they want to see a lynching.
Every nigga's the right nigga. Yep. He fit the. So a lot of them Jakes were lynched, and it weren't even them because that's why you was in fear. If you heard, you needed to get home quick because a man could just say, "Oh, it was him," and then like, no man ain't asking no questions. You might not even been in the police ain't even allowed to do an investigation to prove your innocency or your guilt. Come here, and that's it, bro. That man are cutting your rod off and doing all kind of madness to you. Well, you're gonna be tortured the same way in the kingdom, in righteousness, and we're gonna be happy. We're gonna feel good about doing that.
Sirach 25 verse 7. There be 9 things which I rejoice in my heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that hath joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemies.
We're gonna live to see the fall, and we're gonna, while you're in slavery working hard, brothers is gonna be standing just like this. Man might have a nice gin in his hand, you know, sipping on something nice, and brothers is just gonna be there. All you hear is a whip crack, and man will be smirking while in the mid conversation. Like, this nigga crying, man. We're gonna be like that, man. We're gonna look at this motherfucker, man. That one sting, didn't it? That one was hurt. We're not gonna be your children gonna be there with you, stinging them little bastards as well, man. And we're gonna be, look, man, vocab, you can clip this all you want. This is the truth. We're telling you, read it again. Happy. Let's read it again.
O daughter of Babylon.
You know how happy we're gonna be? We're gonna be happy like a little kid when your father took you to the sweetie store. You know that's the kind of feelings, man. It'll take you to the toy store. You get all happy, man.
Say, happy shall it be that rewardeth thee as thou has served us.
That's it. And the thing is, yeah, if you're so okely dokely, then you should be all right, then, innit? If you were so okely dokely, love thy neighbor. You know, fruits of the spirit, love your brother. All that okely dokely that you be preaching to us, If that's how you Edomites have been living on the earth, then what have you got to worry about? If the scripture says we're going to serve you as you served us, and it's locked in the spirit, that's what it's going to be. We can't make it any different. Then if you ain't done nothing to us untoward, then I'm just talking right now. Nothing can happen, because everything that happens has to happen according to the will and the word of the Heavenly Father. If you had done good to us, and I say I'm going to do evil, how can I do evil when the scriptures say that I have to do what you did? Then that means I'm going to be bound by the spirit, by the algorithm, to do good unto you.
Yeah, but you know as well as everybody else do, man, you've been nothing but the devil on this planet
The
since you've been in
heritage.
power, man.
Yeah, doing it against the word, it means you're contrary to the will of the Heavenly Father.
This is why you make up things like manifest destiny and might is right and all this kind of stuff. God is for us because the Most High allowed
That
it
was
to
the
happen.
past.
You know, you think your right is just, you know, justify the law is with that. And yeah, he was with it to a degree. It don't mean you don't get punished for it though.
Yeah, because you didn't do it in righteousness. Because a man could do evil. It's the will. The Lord set it up for evil, but you could get judged for that. Because you still have to pay for what you did.
Yeah.
That's why you have to
And the injustice that you caused, man, and the blasphemies you've spoken.
Oh, mad blasphemy.
You know, so you don't think you get to, like we say, run off into the sunset, man, thinking that you'll never have to pay for the shit you did. That's not how the Most High operates, man. The Lord is not mocked.
Yeah, whatsoever man sowed, that shall he reap. Now you might say, but if you guys put men in slavery, listen, slavery in itself is not an evil. You even are supposed to be our servants. You committed a crime by putting us in slavery, because that was wrong. That's determined by the Most High.
What world does it make sense you put the Most High's children in
Come
slavery?
on, we're supposed to be the kings.
Oh man, how do you think you get away with that? That makes any
Disrespect.
sense, man. Like I said, Most High is okay with slavery. He has it set up. He has it set up in the earth.
But
man.
the thing is, it weren't even just slavery. It was the brutality. It's not just slavery. Listen, if we were just in slavery, then why did you try to erase our history? Like you didn't just put us in slavery, bro. You were doing madness. You abused us. You could have someone in slavery and not abuse them. Abraham slaved. He wasn't abusing his slaves. You abused us, man.
Yep.
You broke us down. And look at Jake today. The reason why the nigger exists is because the nigger is a product of you. The nigger is a direct product of the so-called white man's destructive subversion of a man's mind, spirit, and soul. You purposely destroyed and sullied the soul of our people, butt breaking and all sorts. Like, what's that? How's that slavery? Yeah, can't.
It's the book of Numbers 23 and 19. Most High is not a man that he should lie, neither the Son of Man that he should repent. As he said, and shall he not do it? Or as he spoken, and shall he not make it good?
The Lord's going to make it good. We're going to receive justice. We're going to receive vengeance. Yeah, and it doesn't matter how long it takes. There is no statutes. That's your world. There is no statute of limitation with the Most High and His judgment, and that's proven in the scriptures. And Amalek is an example of that. The Lord waited generate. This is what I'm saying. You could go into the Bible and pull out the example. Amalek attacked Israel during the time of Moses. Amalek didn't pay for that until the time of Saul. Do you know how many generations that is? There was no one alive from the time of Moses during the time of Saul.
The fact that it was in Egypt for 400 years before the Most High decided to judge them.
And even their babies got dealt with.
Yeah.
And that was righteous.
So time is not a restriction to the Heavenly Father, man. You don't get to decide how long something's been, man, and if it should be forgotten or not. The audacity, you know. Most High ain't forgetting none of it, man. He's going to avenge his children, man.
Promised.
You know?
Now the reason your Christianity doesn't deal with revenge, because you don't have no one to take revenge against. That's why revenge is not a part of your doctrine that you like to speak of. Neither is real salvation from a particular people. Because who the hell do you need to be saved from? You're the fucking criminal. You're the villain.
From yourselves.
He didn't say from the sun. That's what he said from. Fucking devils, man. That's why it's not a part. But guess what? It's a part of our doctrine because we're the real Israelites, and we do have an enemy that hateth us, which is you, Oakley, Mr. Oakley Dokley, Ned Flanders, man. Ned Flanders is the devil.
Is Amos chapter 1 verse 11. As it does say the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity.
Esau never had no pity on our children. When did Esau start having pity on children? Child get born into slavery, Esau slap a chain on him as soon as, you know what I'm saying? Separate the child from the mother.
Still doing that shit today.
Esau had no pity. He's showing you he don't care. The Native American Indians, they had no Wounded Knee. On the massacre of Wounded Knee, there was children there that they massacred. How did that happen? They massacred the children at Wounded Knee, and they justified it because there was a battle before that the same group of Gadites had won. So yeah, good that man got dealt with.
And they weren't dealing with bombers where they just indiscriminately just blow everybody up. They had to go in.
Bayonets and bullets.
Yeah, actually stab man up, shoot man, babies and all that kind of stuff up, man.
But that's all
intentionally.
Right. That's all right because okay, that's the way of war. Because we don't believe in war crimes. When we call you vocab war crimes alone, it's not because we believe there's such a thing as a war crime, because there isn't. It's war. Because we could go into the scriptures, a lot of things that our people did, Esau's morality of war crimes it could apply. Like for instance, David lined up the Ammonites. He lined them up. Now according to Esau, you're not allowed to kill captives, prisoners of war. You're not allowed to, according to Esau, which we know Esau does. But he says you're not allowed because he's so moral and he's so fucking humane. Yeah, hey, David lined up, took the Ammonites, and he said, yo, how are we going to deal with these guys? Let's depopulate these men. So line up one line and line up another line. The one line we'll keep alive, and the other line, we're going to fucking just chop their heads off and remove them. That, in today's world, Esau will say, oh, that's a war crime. Because, if it's David doing it.
He'll be in the front page news, all beheadings and all this.
Yeah. So we don't, when I say that, when we say certain things, it's not because we apply that standard. We're just showing you that Esau invented that standard and he don't even keep that standard himself because he's a fucking hypocrite.
I believe there's not any record. I mean, we are in the war killing the children.
Oh hell no! Yeah, we did. No, but we did. In war, when he said to go in against Amalek, he said kill everyone. So that's not our standard. Listen, man, that's his standard. But he's a liar. That's the point. He said that's a war crime, but he does it. Because guess what? When we go to war against you, Edom, listen, man, I'm just being real with you. This fact, let's read it, man. It's not out of my mouth. Let's finish off with Psalms 137. Because is this a war crime? Hey, man, come on. Fuck Esau. Our morality is not based upon the world and the false morality that Esau invents to try and make himself look like he's a bastion of fucking righteousness. Our righteousness is of the Lord, man.
Psalms 137 and 9. Happy shall he be that take and dashes thy little ones against the stones.
So this is the Most High. This is in the Bible. It's saying that a man is going to be happy when he gets an Edomite as a revenge. Gets an Edomite youth, yeah, and swing his head against a stone and brock the yoke out of his head. I didn't write that. I didn't come up with that. That's the Lord. He said that happy shall he be. Now you call that a war crime. We'll start crying about it. But what do you do? How many egg yolks have you broken over there throughout the history? Fuck out of here, man. That's why I ain't got time for it, man. I really ain't got time for it. You devils come up with that Oakley Dokley shit, man. You can fucking go suck your mother, man. Straight like that. We don't give a damn. Don't ever, as I say, you Jakes out there, don't ever let these devils shame you into a false morality. We're not about false morality. We're about real morality in the scriptures, real judgment of what's right and wrong.
Because unlike these Christians, we actually believe in the scriptures and all its glory, and all the grittiness and everything, man. We believe in these scriptures, man. You make some PG version out of this, man.
But then you ain't living PG.
You know?
You ain't living PG. You're non-violent, but you're making all the weapons, most destructive weapons. Who invented hollow point bullets? No. But then, no, you're not allowed to use hollow point bullets in war. You invented them, and now you're making a rule you can't use them. But then you know you're gonna use them.
But inquisitions and all these
They banned white phosphorus. You're not allowed to use white phosphorus as a weapon, and these men are just using it openly on TV.
depleted uranium.
Come on, man. Come on. Esau just like my grandmother said, they're Mekla and Brekla. They make a law just for the sake of it, and then they'll break the same law that they make.
And these things, Esau is the one in charge of the laws, right? So if he decides one day that he wants to remove a law, he can.
Yeah, so
It doesn't mean nothing,
it doesn't
doesn't it?
count. No, it's just a
You
piece of
can't, you can't remove the laws that are in the scriptures, man. They are.
You get these Negroes, they get pulled over by police here, and they're like, oh, yeah, the Constitution says this, that, and the other. Listen,
I
brother.
don't give a shit like that.
Listen, brother. Like, you need to, like, at the end of the day,
The guy in front of you is the law, right?
when the time of
Dredd.
Jacob trouble comes, yeah, ain't gonna be no fucking human rights, no Amnesty International is gonna deliver you from whatever the wrath that Esau has within him.
It's Judge Dredd,
And
man.
if you think that Esau won't commit acts of complete madness, insanity, and wrath,
Lawlessness.
then I don't know what you think some piece of paper or something he writ 5 years ago is gonna matter. Then you do you, man.
I mean, check what they were doing to them Iraqis during that
Yeah,
war,
yeah,
man.
Abu-
You know, man, pissing
yeah.
on them, they raping
And they
them,
were
man.
smiling, taking
Yeah,
pictures.
man. Look, come on, man.
Well,
These
Guantanamo-
devils have been caught red-handed so
Guan-
many times, man.
Guantanamo Bay is against human rights. These men are getting arrested with no trial and
Yeah.
just being in there. They did that in front of the whole world.
Mm.
Anyway, go on up. Mad thing. Yeah, 1:30. If you finish there, okay, yeah, go on. All right, you got something over here?
I mean, I had something, yeah.
Yeah, bring that out as well, man. Yeah, so that I did a video on it, man. The time of Jacob's trouble, like you Jakes out there that are lulled into a sense of security because you feel like there's enough Edomites that's on your side to stop anything bad happening to you. You need to realize that there is no Edomites on your side. That whole the Democrats are for black people and love black people and the Republicans are racist was all a game. That's all a game. That doesn't exist in reality. In the reality is you do not have friends. You do not have a savior among or ally among these people. That whole political correctness was all designed to put you Jakes to sleep.
This is why
He just said nigger on TV. We need to fire him. We're against that. We're against racism. And you niggas feel, oh, there's some white people out there really trying to some token shit, man.
But that's why we was told to turn to Yahweh Shai, man. That's the only one we should be looking to, man. Looking for.
Right.
Not these fucking devils, man. These devils ain't gonna fucking help us, man.
Fuck about you, man.
You know? They're quite happy with the status quo of you black people, man.
Listen,
So-called black people.
when they roll up in Chicago, them Chicago cities, and try exterminating all you Negroes, let's see how much of them crackers is gonna say, oh no, that's not enough. They're gonna be like, yeah, get rid of them niggas. The niggas is a problem. They've been a problem. I think yeah, to make the world a better place, you need to get rid of them, and they're gonna be in complete agreement with it.
Yeah, just like you feel that your Palestinians got to be done away with.
Yeah, like they're gonna be in agreement with it. The time of Jacob's trouble is a real thing, and Esau is gonna come with wrath, and that wrath is Esau. One thing we do know is Esau will always find a way to justify his wrath. That's historical. When has he not justified his wrath?
No. This is
Go.
Ecclesiasticus 12:10.
Yeah,
Never trust thine enemy.
you can't trust your enemies, even when they come with that okely dokely spirit. That okely dokely spirit is not his true nature. That soup kitchen spirit, that hippie spirit, Hare Krishna spirit.
That's why Scripture speaks about, Satan appearing as the angel of light. It's a facade. It's something to trick you. It's to deceive you. It's what the devil does, man. Like, it's the game over and over again that you keep falling for. This act that he puts on, like he cares.
Good cop, bad cop.
He don't care.
The Esau plays that good cop, bad cop. So Biden was meant to be the good cop, and Trump was the bad cop. Trump racist, and I kept trying to work out what Trump was doing that was so racist. It's just the media. Everything Trump do, Trump farts. See, he hates black people, and I'm not saying Trump ain't a racist. I'm just saying here that what did Trump actually do that made him Hitler or some super racist, and then Biden's not racist? But Biden came up with the fucking crime bill that put you niggers disproportionately in jail for the rest of your fucking life.
He's right.
But it was just a game that they play. And then even with this Palestinian situation, you got all these Trump supporters. They're saying, oh, it's a false flag. But then they support Trump. But Trump is supporting Israel. It just doesn't make no sense, man. Of course he is. Because Trump is a puppet, just like Biden is a puppet. They're playing a game, a theater. When it all comes down to them, it's just the devil.
Playing every side.
And they're playing all the sides, man. There ain't a good devil. How could there be a good devil? You explain to me how a devil could be good. That's a fucking paradox, man.
The good devil is
That's the name of a good book, isn't it? Hey, yo, don't be making it. Hey, that was a joke. That was a joke. Good devil enslaved them. He can't be no good, man. But they got Jake thinking they got skin in the game, and there's Edomites that's there for them. Esau be putting more black people in shows for no reason. Disproportionately, like here in the UK, we make up 3% of the population. If you notice what Esau started doing, he started putting more black faces on TV. And then so the rest of the Edomites are like, what the fuck is going on here? Every show, there has to be bare black people, even where they don't belong. Man, we'll do a show about some random place like Lord of the Rings and throw bare black people in there when the guy that wrote it didn't have no black people in there. But they're doing it, yeah, because they trying to fool you Jakes into thinking we've incorporated you. We care about you. We care about your
one of us.
Your representation. Bro, Netflix is just putting niggas in anywhere. Just throwing niggas into like this don't even look right.
It's like them job rules as well, isn't it? Like, you know, minorities have got to be a percentage of the workforce, and that's what they're doing.
And crackers just get resentful and hateful, and they feel like they're losing their country because they turn on the TV and half the people on the TV are black, and it's like, hold on, these men represent 3%. So really, if you break it down, if you wanted real representation on the TV, there should only be 3% of the people on TV. Yeah. No, bro, that's 30%. There should be 3 for every 100. So for every 100 so-called white presenters there should be 3 black presenters. That's the reality of representation. There's almost exactly, but it's the reason that Esau is inputting and changing characters. He's doing it on purpose to nullify you, Jake, to make it feel like you're getting somewhere and to rouse up his people for when they release that wrath back on you. Oh, we tried to make it work with these niggas. Look, we tried to there's fucking niggas and they're taking all of our jobs. Look, the nigger is Thor now. You know, they turned Thor into a black woman. What the fuck? You know what I mean? Even I'm like, what the fuck? Like, who asked for this? But that's why they're doing it. They're doing it to make you Jake, to make you Jake feel like they're doing something for you, but they really ain't doing nothing, man. Because they want to allow you to be an Israelite. Yeah, it's all this bullshit, man. Political correctness was one of the worst things that happened.
It's like a gift to show at the heart, man. You know, you got your Jake Fool, man, thinking that you're safe among these Edomites, man. You ain't fucking safe, man.
Behind closed doors, they still have evil in their heart against you. It's just that now they don't say it straight up like how they used to.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean they've changed.
More subtle. Which is his nature.
The serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field.
Right? You know, he got better at it. He ain't got worse, he got better at it. You know? But it all has to come to a head at some point.
Yeah, you know? Crackers are pissed, man. Of all the Black Lives Matter being allowed to protest and do foolishness. They when they see that shit, they get angry. They're like, how are these niggas allowed to just burn shit down and it's okay?
Why they're getting demonized by their own people.
And it's a fucking criminal as well. That's what makes Esau even angrier. They're like, oh, they're doing all this for a fucking criminal? Yeah. Even we're like, yo, this is crazy. But it's all orchestrated. Go on up.
Real quick again. Ecclesiasticus 14 and the 5 and stuff. 5 will say, he that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He shall not take pleasure in his goods. There is none worse than he that envies himself, and this is a recompense of his wickedness. And if he doeth good, he doeth in unwillingly.
Right? When Esau does good or seems to do good, it's not for your gain.
It's an ulterior motive.
Yeah, it's for his gain. Right? It's his ultimate pain.
Like, you know? the subprime market. They were handing out them cheap mortgages to all these Negroes, and they were like, "Yeah, we're getting on the property ladder." Then 3 years later, they collapsed it, and put the man in default. Esau's the devil, man. Esau's the devil. Esau's always gonna catch you on the back end, man. Pause. That's how it is.
In Esau's world, which this is, he don't lose. You don't lose, man. If he done you, if you feel like he done you something good, man, just not. He benefited more than you did.
Or he's gonna find a way to get it back off you, man. Set you up. It's a jack. He's setting you up for a bigger shot.
As goes on say, and at the last, he will declare his wickedness.
So you want to see the results or the fruits of everything that he's done. You know, all these so-called good gestures that he's done. You gonna see the results of all that, man, because you're gonna put a fucking MOTB in you, man, and then you fucking enslaved and destroyed.
Yeah.
You know,
And he's
what
gonna put it in his own people too.
Yep. Yeah.
You don't give a fuck about these lower level Edomites, man. They wanna depopulate them as well.
They're draining on resources as well, man.
But how do they want to exterminate so-called black people when they're giving white people to, you know what? Because you're a fucking idiot, man. They don't give a damn about John from fucking Hackney. That motherfucker's surplus to fucking requirements any fucking way. They've never cared about the lower level of their people, man. They send them to war, have them get killed too. They sacrifice them in the wars too on the front line. They don't give a fuck. These elites, useless eaters, they call them, which they are.
Ecclesiasticus 12, Ecclesiasticus 12 and 11. Though he humble himself and he go crouching,
Oakley dokely. Them Oakley dokely ass crackers, man.
Coming humble.
They come in humble like we're equal. That's the humble. Oh, we're equal. Me and you, we're equal. You know, hey, look, I just find it. I think it's terrible. I think it's terrible that this racist and you know the racism needs to be stomped out.
We bleed the same.
They'll come with all the chat, yeah. Meanwhile, they're just waiting their time. They're just trying to soften you up. They're trying to get you to get your guard down. They're trying to gain your confidence. That's the way of a con man. A con man is trying to gain your confidence, man. It's no different than a man that's just trying to get the pussy and they tell the bitch what she wants to hear. Oh, you the queen. Oh, I'm gonna marry you. Oh, this, that, and the other. Man ain't gonna sign no contract though. They're just gonna tell you them sweet nothings. Next thing you know, man's blowing that back out, and then you calling him up like man leave in the morning. You ain't seen man again. You ain't seen him again, never. He just told you what you needed to hear to get to that sweet punani, and he blew that back out and he skipped out on road. That's Esau. Esau will tell you what you want to hear.
Psalm 55 verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart.
Esau would tell you all the nice things. The Native American Indians learned that. They would tell you justice and we're gonna sign this agreement and this. Really, look, man, they were gonna kill you and take the land, man.
But learned it too late. You know, it's now they can only cry about it now. Just like you, Jake, can only cry about it in the street with the fucking black arms. You know, Black Lives Matter, all this shit. It's too late. Esau's done what he's done now. And he ain't going back to put you back.
And that's why he's known as the deceiver. Esau will do what and say whatever he's got to do to fulfill his lust. He's not a man of integrity or consistency. He's just a man of results.
Do as thou wilt.
It's just results. And whatever you got to do to get the results, he don't care. He will cheat, kill, steal, whatever. As long as he gets the results that he wants, he don't really give a damn.
Yep. He's a man of oops.
A man of what? Oops. Yeah, oops. And then turn out, oops, I didn't know that.
Says his words were softer than oil, yet were there drawn swords.
Yeah, man would talk sweet, and that's what these politicians are good at. They're good at talking like they care, they kiss the babies, you know, they go around kissing babies and doing their charity events.
They don't answer straight questions. They're trying to get drawn into deep, controversial things usually.
Bro, these men are so rich. Listen, yeah. The reality is, yeah, you got London, right? Most of these people that's down bad in London, they don't take a lot of money to help them out. There's a lot of people that they're in a bad way and a few grand changes their life. A few grand and a little bit of help and guidance and their life can be changed. A few grand. Now let's put money into context, yeah? $1 million, right? £1 million is as 1,000, right? So you could give 1 million people £1,000 and that'll cost you 1 million. Let's think about that, yeah? All right. What's a billion? It's 1,000 million.
That's 100,000 million. No, 100,000. You can give everyone 100,000.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so These people have massive amounts of wealth. When you see them doing this philanthropy, it's not real because they have enough wealth that the Prince of Wales could literally go through London and one by one said, okay, yeah, I'll put down the money to help this struggling family. They're gonna be right. We're gonna help these lot out for real help them. Like get them out of a bad way. Not help them to survive, but we're really gonna help them. They ain't doing shit, man. They could really help people out here. They've got the money to really go and help people. They're not doing that. They're faking it with all this fake charity shit.
The only help you see is what they show on the TV. When you look around the area, like nothing's really changed. Things are pretty much the same. Oh, they built a well here. Okay, so some men are drinking or whatever the case may be, but they're still fucked. They're still,
Certain of these men
can go to school or whatever.
Can build a well everywhere in Africa. They got the money for that, and they won't even touch their wealth to be able to do that. And so why have you got people trying to beg money from you on the TV to build wells when the Prince of Wales could build all the wells? You know what I'm saying? It's bullshit. These people are bullshit artists, man. If they really wanted to help the poor, they could and still be rich. They're just assholes, man. But they'll do a little token gesture here and there and act like they're about it. They're not about nothing, man. Or not. It's bullshit.
Oh, I donated £100,000.
Yeah, to some death program. Like you got the Worldwide Fund. That's a land grab. They fund the Worldwide Fund is a way for them to grab land all around the world, and they now they own the land through that fund. It's bullshit. Red Cross and all this shit. Oh no.
It goes on to say, though he humble himself and he go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt
beware.
I say, so you should be supposed to be always on your guard around him, man. Yeah. Always. Don't let these tricks, get to you, man.
Oh man,
I'm so sorry.
We understand that historically we've medically, just experimented on you. And because of that, what we're going to do, we're going to make sure that you get this experimental thing first. Because we changed. So you could get it first. As a gesture of, looking, man, you're like, oh no.
That's like the opposite of what we want
Hell to the no. We be alright, man. We
got to sit on these motherfuckers first.
You got to be crazy. Like, no, man, it's cool.
Do your own people first.
But then you had certain Hebrew Israelite camps that was telling you to trust that dude, man. Yeah. Nah, I ain't trusting none of that, bro. We ain't testing faith. Because then now you take it, get ill, now you want to pray to the Most High. The Most High looking at you like, man.
But he already warned you.
Yo, no, bro. Tempt not the Lord. Tempt not the Lord thy God, bro. What the fuck you doing taking that for? And now you want to come pray for healing.
Things are written aforetime, are written for our learning, man. This is meant to give us wisdom in these moments of fucking trouble, right? Trusting this devil now at the fucking very end where he wants to wrap everything up. That's just fucking stupid, man. You don't want nothing to do with this devil. Anything he prescribing, you don't want.
He ain't trying to help you.
Because he only looking to fucking kill. It's going the same, man. To
overthrow.
Yeah, to overthrow you, man. That's what he's looking to do. And he got to laugh about it, smirk, because that's what they're fucking doing now.
Yeah, they're laughing.
They're fucking laughing about it, man. They're having parties and shit. Having partying down
and shit. They were partying.
Yeah, fucking dickheads, man.
While your grandma was dying in hospital alone. Dying of loneliness.
Yeah,
These mans were the real devil, man. And they got away with it too. In the ancient world, some heads would have got beheaded for that. It's like when you got a loved one and they're dying alone, and you don't even have a chance for closure or to, and someone caused that and they were partying, that's cause for some heads to roll.
And these motherfuckers, they were exempt from indemnities, man. You couldn't even sue for what fucking happened afterwards.
It's crazy.
From an experimental drug, right? You couldn't do nothing to these guys that provided that.
It's mad.
And you thought that was okay just to let loose out there. Well, you know these devils anyway, but you people thought it was a good idea to subscribe to that.
Yeah, because they trust this man is above board and he's got checks and balances and there's justice and they'll check this and check that. These men are devils, man. It's all fake. They ain't just like with the pedophilia thing. Them guys ain't trying to stop online pedophilia, man. They're not. They stop some people to make it look like they're doing something. Then you have other man that's freelance saying, look, I've seen a man do it. I go into this chat as a young girl and man got like 10, 20 different propositions from men like straight away. So how come he could go in there and catch all these pedophiles? So what are these multi-million-dollar fucking secret agencies doing? Why are they not catching them all?
Yeah.
They don't want to catch them
same
all.
with the drugs.
Yeah, like
Everyone knows who the fucking guy on the block
oh, come
is,
on, man. Come on.
And these are just small guys, but they'll put one in prison now and again, they'll shoot one up every now and again.
Yeah, they're just managing it. They're just managing it.
But they, come on, man.
How much is it gonna come out that these top guys end up being informants for you to realize that they control these organizations? How many terrorist organizations is it gonna come out that they're linked with an intelligence agency for you to realize that at the end of the day they're controlling all this shit?
Society's managed, man.
It's managed.
You know.
Meanwhile, they pretend like, oh yeah, like we're trying to stop this and stop that.
All these elements of society is managed.
Bullshit.
Finance is managed. Everything's managed, man.
Bullshit, man.
You know, the media manages you, the people, what you how you act to things, how you do, what you do on a daily basis is managed. Esau's not he's wiser than Daniel, man. That's what he tells you, man. He's on his shit, man. He's on his fucking shit, and we need to be on that shit too, man.
Hey, Vocab's on his shit, man. It's not gonna be 5 live streams he's gonna push out to his followers, pushing Christian Zionism and all you Negroes that was following Vocab. Now you're gonna co-sign that shit. But they don't want you to be backing up your own justice. But you're gonna back these man and the foolishness they're on. And you fools, man. Anyway, let's carry on, man. And you men that's doing that, listen, a real man wants vengeance, man. I don't care what you say, man. A man get violated, yeah, you want justice for yourself. That's part of being a man. That's part of being a man. Like, if a man come and violate your family, violate your brother, you're supposed to want get back. There's nothing wrong with that.
Some equalizer shit, man.
What is wrong with these people, man? They ain't supposed to let man slide like that.
It's like I said, they clap for all these guys in the movie, John Wick and this for a dog. You know what I'm saying? For a dog, man, kill everybody, blood.
Yeah. So we're worth less than dogs, man.
You know, and I clap for him.
Go on,
and thou shalt be unto him as if thou had wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his lust has not been altogether wiped away.
Bro, if you think Esau has changed from the time of Cain to now, at any point in history, then you're mad. The man has not changed. He's still the same beast. He still has the same bloodlust. He's not more civilized now than he was before. He might be more sophisticated at times, but he's not more civilized. He's the same dude, same brutal warlord, man, and you're gonna find out. Well, you're seeing it. Seeing it on the TV, but bare youths, egg yolks cracked open, and they're showing it live on the TV, and it's like raw, like the man just voted that the America just vetoed a ceasefire. Surely there's enough people dead on the other side to say, okay, let's chill now. We've already killed like 6,000 of them, and they supposedly killed 1,000, which is all a lie. There was no way. There's no way that they killed 1,300 people. That's a complete lie. That is a complete lie. Trust me, that not that many Amalekites died. It is much less.
That sounds like a recurring thing, isn't it?
Yeah. But even if that was the case, right? Now you killed that 3,000, 6,000 of them. Surely that would be cause to say, you know what? Yeah, let's try and find a peaceful oakley dokley about this thing. Yeah. Then man said, nah, fuck the ceasefire.
Like this is why Esau is spiritually paid.
Yeah,
his wrath must be fulfilled, man. He needs to get his get back sevenfold.
I said, fuck the ceasefire.
Even Lamech was 77-fold, man. These men are not happy for to balance the scales in blood. You don't give a shit.
But then the same man go on the TV when these gangs are going up at it, saying these gangs are ruthless. But what's the difference? When there's a gang war usually is a tit for tat retaliation from one to another. What do people say? Oh, we need to stop the violence. Esau's like, look at these animals. They just ain't stopping. You man have literally done more violence here in a week than the Bloods and the Crips. Bro, look at the actual murder rate. I beg you. Go to any of these cities there and see how many people are actually dying from gang violence on a real level. They've killed more people in a week here than probably been killed in London in the last 20 years from gang violence. I think a year, something like 30-something people or something might get killed in gang violence. Bro, they've killed like fucking 6,000 people in a week. These men have gone beyond. Hey, yo.
Again, hypocrisy.
The hypocrisy is real, man.
Gonna grab something quick.
Yeah, only probably Mexico is putting up numbers like, and even they're probably not putting up numbers like these men are putting up right now. They're putting numbers on the board.
It's Jeremiah 13:23. Can the Ethiopian change his skin, or the leopard his spots? Then may ye also do good that are accustomed to do evil.
Yeah.
And Esau's the wicked. He accustomed to do evil. Evil is all he knows. You know? So he ain't ever going to change his way, because that way benefits him. That is the way he was destined to live, man, by the sword.
Yeah, man. To be the wicked. The Bible made the Most High made him to be the wicked. That the Bible speaks of. So he's gonna be the scripture said the beginning of sin is pride. You see that he that hath it shall pour out abomination. And that's what we see with Esau. Esau just pours out abominations, man. The man of sin, because he's the most proud. And the pride means he does what he wants to do.
Yep. I say he's the red horse that was sent to take peace from the earth, man.
And he has.
You know, I'm gonna read that quick.
His hand, the hand of these intelligence agencies is never to stop war. They foment wars and destabilize countries. And that's fact, that's on record. But in the movies, they'll show you something different. Like James Bond is running around, always fucking someone else's wife, and then trying to stop the bad guy. He's trying to stop the bad guy. James, blah, blah, that's not what MI6 does.
It's the same with the Ukraine thing, man. Right? Because Russia could have just come in there, took everyone down, quick time, no little resistance. But no, they want to fund that war. They want to keep that war going on. And bare men are dead. Ukraine all fucked up, and we're all supposed to be crying for Ukraine, but no one's talking about that now because that's not important anymore.
Yeah, that's done.
You know, they're still dying. It's not matter no more.
That's a normalized condition
Yeah.
now.
But he's still stringing out wars. He's stringing them out. Because what would have been the problem? I mean, you would say Ukraine is, deserve independence and that kind of stuff, but Ukraine is part of Russia originally anyway. You know, and they annexed Crimea and all that shit, man. But the death toll didn't have to be as high as it is. It's still going on, right?
Mm.
But Esau, no, we're going to give Ukraine a rip so they can actually put up a fight.
And they're just dying.
And they're just dying. You know, both sides just dying and shit. You know, and it's the same thing with the whole thing. They don't want to call for ceasefire. They want to continue the fighting.
Yep.
You know, because Israel have a right. Ukraine have a right. Because it suits your agendas, man.
Yeah.
You know?
They're peaceful when they want to.
Because you ain't funding fucking nobody else. You know, people you don't want to fund, you ain't fucking funding. You know, you're trying to take money away from Iran. You're trying to take, you're taking money, putting sanctions on people and shit, so they can't do shit, man. You know, talking about fucking war, nuclear weapons and shit. But you're the fucking one propagating it. You know. But let me read this. Revelation chapter 6, verse 4. And they went out another horse that was red, and this red represents Edom, because Edom means red. Okay, that's the spiritual connection right there, right? And power was given to him that sat there to take peace from the earth.
Yeah.
That's all his weapons, his sword.
Yeah, look at the world wars. Look at the Cold War. How many of the wars in recent history were part of the Cold War? Who is the Cold War between? Two Edomite nations. Two Edomite nations, right? And most of these proxy wars and most of the destabilization that happened is the so-called white man has always been in the middle of it. He took peace from the earth, man. The man is everywhere, got his fingers, his dirty little grubby fingers everywhere, just causing violence in the earth, man.
If he's not there, he's supplying weapons.
Supplying the weapons.
Causing division.
You know, when he went over to Oceania, he actually used the different tribes against each other by giving them weapons to kill each other. Esau, you know, but this is Mr. Oakley Dokley, you know? Oakley Dokley.
Was chosen man.
The love dragon. Yeah, he doesn't spew fire, he spews fucking love hearts, man. Bubbles of love hearts, man, coming out of his mouth. Care Bears, man. Love. That's Esau, man. Peace. And was that fucking Captain Planet, innit? Love. Peace, heart. That's fucking Earth. Fucking devils, man.
So you want me to bring him back, man? You know, Green Campaign, bring Captain Planet back.
They did in that skit with that black dude, innit? What's his name? Don Cheadle or whatever his name is. There you go, right? Mr.
Yeah, I imagine so. So they take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword.
Right, he saw the love dragon, the man of peace in the earth, has created a situation where all these nations, for his profit, have incredibly destructive power. And you're getting a glimpse of that in what's it called? In Palestine. One of them Ras bomber fucking missiles just take out a whole fucking hospital, a whole building. Kaklam, point, boom, you get me? Boom, shake up the whole place, thing crumbling. One missile. Now, don't you know that Israel is one of the major weapons? Because you look it up, don't believe me. Google the top 10 weapons producing companies in the world. I think you'll find most of them are American, European, and Israeli.
You got Martin or something like that.
Yeah, I'll actually look it up now.
BAE.
I have the power. Top 10 weapon producers.
Probably, I mean, all them companies go back to them deal.
Yeah, they're funding this shit, man, because they got the money. The bankers have got the money, innit?
Right, so the world's largest arms producing companies, right? So you got Bombaclad. This man are crazy, yo. The number one is Lockheed Martin. Yeah, and this is back in 2021. So they figured that whichever was number one and number two might have changed, but Lockheed Martin is at the top. Then you got Raytheon, which is another American. So these are all American. Lockheed Martin. That's why when you talk about the military-industrial complex, you gotta understand that when there's war anywhere in the world or a military build-up, even what's it called? A war game. Every time they do a war game, those and they're using those, they have to be replaced. So now you need to put in an order. So it's in their interest for there to be wars because they're making money, because bullets cost money, missiles cost money.
This shit ain't cheap.
And it ain't cheap, man. You can't.
And that's why
Well,
America got such a massive budget going to the military, man.
You got Boeing, Northrop Grumman, and General Dynamics. Then you got BEA Systems, which is the UK, and they're funding Saudi. They're sending weapons everywhere. They sell to everyone, even man that's on the terrorist list. They sell. It's true. Then you got two Chinese ones, which I never heard of before.
Russia's not even like this, man.
No, they're not on that list.
The Russia's supposed to be the big bad boogeyman.
Israel Aerospace Industries is another one. That's a big one. I see there's a bigger list. It's crazy. But I know the Israelis got a company that's up there. I'm trying to find the company. Lockheed Martin. Yo, China's come up. They weren't on this list before. So China's stepped up their game, and that shows you the heathen are coming into the game. But there was another one. Why are they so late? 22. There we go. Right, so Israel is just below Netherlands. So you got the United States, arms exporters, United States, Russia, United Kingdom, France, Germany. Then you got China, Italy, Czech Republic, Netherlands, and Israel. So on that list, there's only one nation that's not an Edomite nation. That's China, and Israel is 10th. So they export a lot of weapons for that small country. They export a lot of weapons. Now, how they test those weapons? On the Palestinians. That's why they're always attacking them. Because what they can do is, when they use these weapons, because look at the weapons they're using. These men are just there chilling, bookam, like whole fucking building collapse. They're testing that weapon system. So now when they go to sell that weapon system in the marketplace, it can be it's war tested. They could put the tag on it so they get more money for it, because you're gonna pay, you're more likely to buy a system that's proven and tested in warfare than a system that's just worked in a lab, or they ran some what's it called? Mathematics on it. So that's why you see them using these big bomber clock weapons on these people. They're testing their weaponry. Now look at what they're doing over there. And remember that Esau supplied pretty much the whole world now with this kind of firepower. That's why I was speaking to the brother earlier, bro. Listen, when World War III starts,
these might be setting blueprints, you know, because they're treacherous. They don't care about the US. You know, they're setting blueprints of China and shit. You know,
bro. the weapons these men possess is not a little PP thing. These weapons will level cities. Level cities, man. Make a city look like rubble. Exactly what you're seeing happening to Palestine can happen to any city in the world very easily. In a day they launch what 1,500 different targets they hit. So what's going to happen in World War III? Because all these nations have these armaments now, hypersonic missiles, and that's just on a conventional warfare level. We're not even getting to the nukes yet. Esau did that.
Russia helping these African nations, man. You know, providing them arms and all kinds of things now. You know, this is gonna be a mucky war, man.
They got the big things.
You know, these man ain't just rolling on with AK-47s anymore, man. They got missile systems.
They said that JDAM. They said what the Israelis must have hit man with a JDAM, with a special warhead that you can explode it up, so it doesn't explode on impact. It explodes above air before it impacts, and that actually increases the radius and the level of death that it causes, because the explosion is actually in the air. That's the kind of technology that these men are rolling with. That's why when they hit that hospital, it just obliterated everything in the scene. People are getting torn up. That's one missile did that. Yeah, man. Serious thing. Esau, man. He did. Mr. Oakley Dokley did that. That's where they put all their time and energy, developing these destructive weapons. And they sell them out there. They got more rifles than they got names for rifles.
There's always numbered them now.
Mad amounts of rifles, man. All kind of rifles, all kind of missiles, and all kind of drones now and everything. Saudi got big. They got big things. Their army, and that's the scripture. Can we get that? Let the weak say I'm strong. All these nations, especially in the Arab land, it's been an arms race, but they've been happy with having an arms race, because that arms race is giving them man loads of money, and the Saudis are taking the oil money and buying up fighter jets and what else they need to buy. Iran's buying up what they need to. Everyone's buying up. UAE, Qatar, and all them nations that have been importing the weapons, man, from America, from Europe, from China, from Russia, anywhere they could get them.
Mm-hmm.
That's why these companies, Boeing and all that, they make big money, man. When there's a war coming, it's okay, good. Them man are gonna have to put in an order.
Yeah. Joel 3:9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war, wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up, beat your plowshares into swords.
Yeah, because one thing you know about war is, listen, when you're in a state of war, you are transferring energy and productivity away from life. War is extremely unproductive, especially if you're not going to win. It's like when you think about it, right? Imagine that America, all that budget that they're putting into these wars and the bombs and the bullets, which what does a bomb and a bullet do? It destroys. It's not productivity. It's anti-productivity. You're using a means of production for destruction.
It's expensive.
And then you got to rebuild again. It's waste of time, a waste of energy when you really think about it. War is extremely unproductive for mankind. You imagine if they put all that energy and that money into schools and healthcare, things could be different. Farming, people would have enough food. But instead, all the money is going into what? War. Things that's just going to be used once and destroyed. A missile just gets used to create a crater. All that time and energy into creating something that's just going to
minus matter.
The minus shit, man. It's madness. So they're beating their plowshares into what? Swords. They're taking money away from the good of the people for helping their people to live, and putting it into what? Tanks and bombs and missiles, stockpiling weapons for this war that's coming.
And most of this infrastructure in America are broken. They can't even repair them.
Yeah,
they need money fast.
Then they say they ain't got money for this, they ain't got money for that. The money's going on war.
They got money for Ukraine.
You know how much it costs to maintain a fucking fighter jet? To build and maintain a fighter jet?
Well, they sent the aircraft carrier over what the fucking boat was over there.
You know how much it
The
costs to
2,000
run that?
troops or whatever. It's about money, man.
You know how much it costs to build the aircraft carrier
Just
and
in case
maintain it?
something happens. They just casually just spend that, you know, all the fuel and all that kind of shit. You know, and fuel's fucking expensive right now.
You know how much the nuclear missile program must have costed? And then you got to spend all the money on the security. You got to spend all the money. Come on, man, it's big money.
Well, I remember I was watching the Oppenheimer movie, man, when they were talking about the budgets for the thing, man. When they were Oppenheimer, I was asking them, well, how much have I got to work? It doesn't matter.
Yeah, they just
It doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Whatever it takes, if you need to beat the fucking
Exactly.
Germans. That's
But then look at
what.
Baltimore. Look at these different American cities that look third world. The money could have went into building productivity.
Yeah, why don't they got that same attitude towards it? It doesn't matter how much money it's going to take.
You
You know, these men don't even want to, you know, the bit scene is a fucking joke anyway, man. But every time everything has to shut down because, oh, we don't want to spend the money. But you got money for days for war.
that whole that season
But to improve infrastructure, to increase housing and things like that, you ain't got no money
to give
for.
the people an RPI pay rise.
You know, you ain't got money for that.
Ain't
Though.
got money for that.
And you're complaining about, you know, increasing this money, but you got money for Ukraine, you got money for the war in fucking Middle East, you got money for all that shit.
Yeah.
And you're just meddling in the ultimate affairs internationally, man.
Yep.
You know, what about home?
Esau's the war monkey, man. That's all he is. He's a war monkey. But it's all gonna fulfill prophecy because now these nations are gonna be able to make it a good fight, and that fight is gonna bring judgment to the world. In fact, we make sure we get that before we finish 2nd 16th chapter. That's why this war is gonna be absolutely terrible because never before in human history have all these nations of people possessed this like war back in the day, in the ancient world, right? War was like 30,000 men on this side, 40,000 men on the other side,
In a field.
somewhere. Man go to war, whoever looks like they're losing, the next man are running.
The damage is isolated kind of thing. You know?
Yeah, I mean, like, it wouldn't even be like you'd kill all the army.
Yeah,
You need to kill enough of them.
To
That the
retreat.
man them that remain,
Take their
trying to
strongholds.
just run.
Yeah, take their strongholds.
And then you go and put them in slavery because they don't want to fight no more because they know that there's no point.
Yeah, the more productive you are alive working.
You might burn a city down or some one or two. Bro, this thing what we got today, all these nations have the power to turn the cities of the world to just rubble. Just rubble everywhere, rubble. The destructive power that these nations possess, there's never been a time in history where a random nation had that kind of destructive power. Not just man rolling with swords. I'm talking about
So you read the great sword was given to
the
him.
great sword.
You know, this ain't this ain't ancient warfare. This ain't ancient conventional warfare.
Bro, this is a different
I've got a
game.
preset on that. Isaiah 9, verse 5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood. You know, the shields, the bucklers, you know, the screaming, the yelling, you know, the blood, you know, everywhere, right? But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire.
Yeah.
You know, because wars run on fucking oil, man. Fuel. Missiles, tanks, guns, and all that kind of stuff. You know, it's all resource intensive like brother's going into, man.
No, them military leaders in World War One, they were shocked. They were so used to fighting the old form of warfare, they didn't understand, man. They were shocked
But it's shell shock.
at the level of destructive capability of the new form of war with machines.
Violence.
It was mad. And then World War II came, and that was, look at what that man was doing to the earth. There ain't been no war like that before. War has never been that destructive. This war was leveling whole cities, London, everything, just getting man's dropping bombs from the sky.
Well, this is the thing, when you go run up into a battle, yeah, you run into the first person, you clash swords, you might die straight, you know, potentially you might die straight away, right? But when they were going up on like Saving Private Ryan, for instance, the movie, right? The man didn't even get to see an enemy. Man was dying, dropping dead everywhere, man. Because the bullets flying, there were bombs dropping and shit.
Two man in a hole somewhere.
Yeah, just gunning man down. You don't get to fight nobody.
High caliber round, 50
No
caliber.
bravery, just run out there and die.
You know, you're calling the wild cutter rounds, man.
Yeah.
Wild cutter. Bullets that can go through walls, man. It's mad. People don't realize that's why this war, an all-out war between the nations in the world, is going to do exactly what the scriptures say. It's going to come like raw, like the all flesh is going to come to an end. Because Palestine is going to be almost everywhere. London, these men start launching weapons because they all have military capabilities globally now. All of them have got submarines and destroyers. They could touch you.
Pretty much anywhere.
The American military is everywhere.
Got sleeper cells and all kinds of things, pocket nukes, all kinds of mad creations that Esau got out there. You know, that he could use at any moment.
Range, medium range missiles, hypersonic missiles.
You know, EMP devices. You know, all kinds of shit going on, man. This war is not.
It weren't like that before, man.
Ain't no like the Daniel Tobin and one tell you, like a time like no other, man. It's not been like this before. You know, hasn't been like this before.
Half of them men that were in World War II who weren't stacked like this. They weren't stacked with these kind of weapons, man. It's different now. Saudi Arabia is stacked. Iran stacked. China stacked. Locked and loaded, man.
They got their million man or billion man army, what the fuck it is. You know, so they got the manpower as well.
For the ground,
the ground defense. You know, they're preparing themselves, man, for a hard fight, gruesome battle, man.
Yeah, that's why the scripture said, man, their grooms are gonna die in them wars, man. But they ain't gonna be like how it is where them little bully tactics where you're going against like lesser individuals that can't really do nothing back to you. There's gonna be some things flying back the other way that's make it real.
Do some damage.
Everyone's gonna lose.
Well, that's what we say in the United Jehoshaphat in the Middle East, man. It's gonna be the meat grinder of the Lord, man.
This is the truth about World War III. There is no winner. There's only the biggest loser. That's what it's gonna be. That's why the Lord is beautiful. There ain't gonna who's gonna win World War. How can you win? How can you define a win when your cities are also crumbling? And he's gonna be taken over anyway.
But the funny thing is, and you know, the irony of it, man, is that all the participants, they're definitely losing. But us on the other hand, you know, those of us away upon the Lord, ain't nothing to lose, man. And we are the ultimate winners out of all of this.
Right.
You know? Right. And we're not even participating in the war like that.
Right. If you think Russia's gonna come out of World War III just unscathed,
China or something.
No, China is gonna get fucked up. Them American fucking missiles are gonna be touching up China.
Japan, you got them allies there right now. They do all kinds of madness over there.
Them cities, half of them are gonna get washed.
That's why. That's so lucky. That's why America got them garrisons in Japan and shit.
In Taiwan, military build up.
You know, that's why the tensions there are increasing. It's waiting, man.
That what's that dam? The Three Gorges Dam. That's gonna go.
Yeah,
when that goes, a whole bunch of fucking Chinese
washed
go
up
with it. God.
Chinese Atlantis.
Under the sea. Good, yeah. Finish going and then get Yo, it's a serious thing. That's why this thing that's coming, man, it's gonna be terrible.
They say, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say I'm strong.
With the weak, most of these nations, even if you go on that Global Firepower website, it will detail the military might, and you'd be surprised some of the nations that's on there. You're like, huh? How come that these nations have got power now? India, Pakistan. Who was they before? The British was controlling India with 10 men.
Well, I think it was even the Pakistanis were threatening the Israelis, man, about what's going on in Palestine. That's
what I'm saying. That's some motherfuckers. But that's because they've been taking any money they got and they've been just buying weapons because they got an arms race against India. So they got fucking weapons. Man, yo, it's the weak say that I am strong. These nations are getting strong, especially them Arab state nations. 80 years ago, them Arab state nations didn't have nothing. That's why the British and the Germans and that can just run around there and do whatever they want to do. These men didn't have nothing. They was running around on horses still. No lie. If you go back to like not long ago, these Arabs were running around on horses with swords in their hands. When Esau had tanks, these men were still running with swords. There's images in the the battle of the swords. Now they got the big thing, like, you know what I mean? They running with no fucking swords, man. They got tanks and fucking Humvees, missiles and shit. So they're strong now. Saudi weren't nobody. When they do the history of World War II, they don't even mention them. They just added it. Like, go on,
Daniel.
yeah, yeah.
Daniel 12:1. And that time, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great priest, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was, since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book.
So in all this chaos that's going to come, which is going to include World War III, you're also going to have a whole bunch of other stuff that's going to happen before that and during. Race riots, class riots. Because the people are so divided on everything, man. It's crazy.
Yep.
Famine, all of that stuff, man. Breakdown of different things, you know, loss of goods and all that stuff. There's going to be a lot of death going on out here. Hold on. Is that it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Second entrance. Yeah, let's get that.
So
Yeah, start from the top. Brother Control. We read down real quick. Then we jump to second entrance 16.
the book of 2 Ezra 15, I'm saying from top. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, said the Lord, and cause them to be written in a paper, for they are faithful and true.
So these things are definitely going to happen, man. And we're in that time. We're definitely in that time, man. You know, that's why brothers get excited, but we don't get too excited. You know, like especially when you've been watching things for a while, you get excited, but you don't get too excited. You're like, all right, okay.
You approach everything with balance, man.
It's another step forward, but man, don't get too over the board, innit, man? Too titillated. We'll see what happens next week. Lord will. Lord. Like the ground, the next thing is the ground. It remains to be seen. Are they going to do a ground offensive? Or are they not going to do a ground offensive? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens in the next week or two. See if them JOOs have got the heart it takes.
Got the cojones.
They got the cojones to fight a ground war in that no man's land. Listen, a lot of them are going to be shitting themselves on the way in.
Very tentative.
There's going to be a lot of farts and that going on when they go into the Gaza, because it's a whole different ball game pressing a button than going into a zone where them man are waiting for you.
Ambush.
Guerrilla war. With a few women with you. Damn.
Fear not the imagination against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee.
We ain't worried about the people that don't believe, or all these scoffers and scorners and these false witnesses that's going to come up against us to try and demonize us with every which way. Because like the elder Yashawamba and the elders have been telling you, it's going to come. Like these guys are going to lie. They're going to lie and find a way to demonize us so they could get us out of the way. That is inevitable. Like the brother said, you know, the elder said, it's not going to be fair. It was never going to be fair. We're dealing with the devil. The devil don't play fair. He could do what he want to do. You got deep fakes. You got fucking agents that he could set up to represent us. Next thing you know, man saying he's an elder. Man ain't never heard of this guy before. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he represents the Hebrew Israelite, and he start talking some wild shit. Or they could say, oh, a group of Hebrew Israelites, they ran up in the house and did this, that, and the other. And it's like, hold on, man, we're not about that. But they could say it and use the media to say, oh yeah, this has been, and then they'll roll out Vocab Malone, and he'll go on there and say, yes, I've been warning about this. I've been warning about this for years. I've been documented Hebrew Israelism.
I even read a book.
Hey, check out my album. I can rap. Yo, we don't want to hear about your corny raps, man. Just stick to the script and, you know, whack ass rapper, man. But yeah, that's how it's gonna be. They're gonna come up against us that way. But that's all right. It is what it is, man. Because the Lord is still gonna do what He gonna do, and we're gonna be delivered, man.
Yep.
All that will just be proof that we was right all along. So be prepared. No.
For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness.
That's talking about among our people. Anyone that doesn't believe, they're gonna die one way or another, by one means or another. Could be through disease, could be through famine, could be through the bullet, could get their yoke bust by a bomb. Who knows? The Lord's got manifold ways that you could go. Go on.
Behold, say the Lord, I will bring plague upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction.
And we're already seeing those plagues coming up on the world. But it's gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse, man. It's gonna come a time when you're gonna know, yo, this is the end, because this is madness. There's too many people dying around me. This ain't normal. How do you know when it's a time of Jacob's trouble, brother? When the man ain't got time for funerals, blood, and you see man getting trucked in, man bodies are getting piled up.
Yeah, the constant state
Then
of
you know,
fear.
yeah, like when you really, there's really danger. You know, it's not bad when man are still going into London and partying and going to clubs. That's just safe. They alright, man. You know it's bad when all the clubbing is shut down.
You're scared to leave your house. You're scared to be in your house. You know, just scared.
Get real. And that time
You know?
come.
Yeah, man. Like when you don't even feel safe in your house, oh, it's peak.
Well, them Palestinians can't even be safe in the
Yeah,
house
yeah,
right
yeah,
now.
yeah.
But death is falling from the sky.
Yep, yep.
Behold, say the Lord,
I seen a video where it was a youth, he was shell shocked.
Mm.
One of them Palestinian youths, he had shell shock, man, was unresponsive.
Mad.
Yeah, go on.
behold, say the Lord, I will bring plague upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth.
And the whole earth is filled with what? Wickedness and idolatry, man, on all sides, from the east to the west. That's why this judgment is touching the whole world.
Yeah.
America's not just wicked, the whole world is wicked. America is just the focal point of the wickedness. But the whole world is wicked, man. It's filled with idolatry and wickedness and corruption. That's the truth. China, Russia, everything. What, you think Russia's not fucking corrupt?
The Lord speaks about judging the world, not just America. Even though America is gonna get the big one, the big judgment, but it's the world. Like the brother's saying, man. Lord's bringing judgment against the world, man.
All kind of wickedness and injustice. And that's the pay.
Yep.
And their actual works are fulfilled. Therefore, say the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more.
So like, just before we carry on, man, just like the wickedness of the Canaanites was fulfilled, man, before we went into the land. The Lord allowed them to accumulate their wickedness before the Lord judgment destroyed them. You know, and he sent us to go into the land and take them out. Even though we didn't take all of them out at that time. But the Lord is doing the same thing. He's allowed Esau to build himself up to do all this wickedness, so the Lord can be justified with the judgment he's going to bring upon the land of America and the rest of the world.
And that shows the land of Israel has been cleansed, man.
So that's heavily demonic. That's a heavy demonic place right now, man. Under these devils, man.
Yeah, you can almost look at the Israelis as them lions coming among them. So the man are there worshiping all kind of idols in the land, think you can live at peace. Hey, the land weren't set up for idols.
That's right.
So that's them Israelis really came into the land as a judgment from the Lord too. The Lord sent him. He's like a lion. He's like a wild beast that was sent in amongst them to buffet them.
Yeah.
You know.
And again, it's played back on themselves also.
Yeah.
You know, because the Lord ain't had no peace in that land since they've been there, and there's supposed to be peace, right? The Lord's had them be plagued with problems because they're not meant to be in that land, because they're idol worshippers too.
They get oppressed by Bibi.
Yeah.
Bibi and his wife, man, they're just doing the most, real gangsterism. See, man, with Biden. You see, with Biden, they're just sitting there staring at Biden, like thinking, who's this prick that they put in there as fucking president of America? And that's you know what the facts it, yeah, like. You know it's bad when they got Biden as president, because every video I see with this guy, he looked like, you ever been to a fucking old people's home?
He ain't even there.
Bugged out people in a homeless place. You know, in an old people's home, you get old people there and they just ain't right.
Yeah,
this guy, every time I see him, he don't seem right. And I'm like, how could this guy be your president?
Like, he ain't in the room.
Yeah, he's there. Talking madness. I'm thinking that's the president of America, like the most powerful country in the world, and that's your president. And Kamala Harris is your vice president. That just shows you that the president isn't really running anything. Because what can he run? The man's got only thing man's running is his belly, blood. Man's got diarrhea and all kind of elderly problems, blood. Man's pissing himself and shit, man. Has to clean up. This is crazy. How old is he?
87?
God damn. The man's brain cells.
Last time,
you know when you get a bulb here and the thing's blinking, blood, you just know it ain't gonna last long. You ever had one of them balls? It's a blink, 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 blink,
Yeah.
blink, blink. That's what that guy's like. He, you know, that's how it be with elderly people sometimes. You can kind of see, yo, this guy, yeah, man, he ain't got long, bro. This
Oh,
guy,
he's 80. He's 80.
yo, come on, man. That guy is ready to go. His brain is shut down.
Trump's 77.
Another
He's
fucking,
not. Yeah, he's not in that fucking young.
He came in prison at 75.
Oldest.
I mean, he came in prison.
Oh, he came. Yeah,
yeah, that's crazy, man. Them dudes are meant to, when you're that old, even actually, I wouldn't even rate Biden as an advisor. But when you're a certain level of elderly, you ain't supposed to be running no kingdom.
Even
You're meant to be there as a
Putin,
fucking,
71.
Consultant. Sit your ass down somewhere, man, because your back hurts.
Well, I was having a discussion with this with somebody. Did you? No, well, it wasn't. Someone at work.
Even Bibi's old.
You know, I feel like there should be like a cap. You know, a certain age cap before a man can go. You know, beyond an age you can't go into office anymore, man. You gotta be like no older than 60.
You
know?
Dinosaurs in the Congress, but Nancy Pelosi and all these fucking look like they're gonna die in the fucking Congress.
Yeah, man. Tells the crypt keeper in there, bro. He's just zombies.
He's got weak bladders all up in the fucking. It's crazy, man. Anyway, go on. It's crazy, man. How is
That's why
that
they always got to adjourn.
That's how you know
Come
this
back
kingdom
and
is
sort
a joke, man. He got literally a dude that needs to be in an old people's home running the country.
Because when say, therefore, says the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood cries unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually.
That's the elect. Go on.
And therefore, say the Lord, I will surely avenge them, and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt.
Now, this is talking about spiritual Egypt. The Lord really, he don't really want his people in this condition no more. So he gonna wrap this thing up. It's over. Like, how long you think the Lord want us to be in this condition for? It's never meant to be permanent. It was only meant to be for a time. So he's gonna wrap this kingdom up, and you can see he's wrapping this kingdom up. And they're like filled with such pride they can't even understand that. The Lord is wrapping you up.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Pull the plug on this place now. Like, I'm gonna save my people and set up an everlasting kingdom, which is what it was all about from the very beginning. It was never about here. This has always been a transition, a temporary, a vain kingdom that was meant to disappear.
Yeah, Netanyahu is old as well. He's 74, man.
Yeah, he an old nigga, man. I told you. He's
Yeah,
been doing corruption forever, man.
yeah,
That
James
dude's
Hawaii, bro.
been doing corruption longer than LeBron James been in the fucking NBA. It's crazy. He's the GOAT of corruption.
But I will bring them with a mighty hand.
Old servant, the devil.
Even Putin's getting on.
Yeah, 71.
But I will bring them with a mighty hand, and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plague as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and the punishment that Most High shall bring upon it.
Yeah, that culminates in them thermonuclear missiles that's gonna evaporate America, man, and rightfully fucking so.
They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the bursting and hell, and with a fearful consideration.
That's already been happening. The food production getting jacked up. For the Lord's fucking up the climate in the earth. The Lord controls all that.
Yep.
Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draws nigh.
That's what it is. It's people right now, they're looking at what's happening in Palestine, mourning for them. Don't mourn for them, mourn for yourself, because that shit's coming to where you are. Yeah, and a lot of them don't believe it. Like, you don't really think it, like all these fucking Elamites and that. Yeah, I'm free Palestine. Listen, don't worry about Palestine. Worry about when the fucking Russians and them start bombing London. That's what you need to be worrying about. You're going to be worrying about the missiles coming to your yard, because they don't really believe war is going to touch where they are. Most people in the world do not believe there's war or anything like that will happen here, but it will.
I think it's safe.
That's why it says woe to the world, because World War III, the epicenter is going to be in that Middle East, but it's going to be a world. There's a reason it's called a fucking world war. It's not going to be confined, just like the World War II and one weren't confined only to Europe. They were fighting in Africa, they were fighting in the Pacific. Where you think all them military that they got over in Taiwan next to China are gonna pack up and leave? No, they're gonna be fighting there too. When they fighting in Ethiopia, even when the Italians all in Ethiopia fighting against that pussy old Selassie, you just to run, get help. Talking about conquering lion, man. It must have been that Charlo.
Fleeing line.
It must have been that he must be from the same pride as Jamel Charlo. That's a different type of lion, sir. Lion genetics, man. Lineage.
For the sword and their destruction draws nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men.
And you see that, like, there's a lot of discontent with the different governments that's in power. In fact, most governments in the West have a very low, what's it called? What's the rating called?
Approval ratings.
Approval rating. Very low approval rating. Like, there's most governments now in the West are below like 30% in terms of approval rating. There's a lot of people that are not happy with the governments. There's a lot of people that are not going to go along with the orders of the government. Even with this ULEZ thing, them are putting up the cameras, and then cameras are getting taken down like nobody's business. As soon as they put them back up, whoop, man come through and destroy the thing.
Yep.
That's part of those seditious individuals. You're going to get groups of people, even with the MOTB, they're not going to be in the truth, and they're just going to say, fuck that.
Yeah.
Not because they believe in the scriptures, just because they're just going to be seditious.
My body, my choice. That shit.
They're just like, fuck this, man. We ain't trying to hear what the government kind of say.
Yeah.
Fuck Keir Starmer, whoever they got in power, man. They the ones that cause all this shit. We're about to go buck wild.
Yeah.
Protesting or whatever, or fighting against the police. You're going to get that element.
Yeah, the anarchists.
The anarchists. That's what sedition is. Alright, so you have to be prepared for that too. Go on. Oh, in America, we know there's going to be a whole bunch of places that's going to become. They ain't going to listen to Washington, D.C.
They've been preparing for a long time.
Fuck them motherfuckers, man. We're going to do our thing. We got guns. Get it how we get it. And you're going to have to buck up into them people. So you got to deal with them. Then you also got to deal with the actual government. It's a mad thing.
Mad Max.
Mad Max thing, yeah. Good up.
And invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the cause of their action shall stand in their power.
Certain places they're gonna have the upper hand. Good.
A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride the cities shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid.
Yeah. Cities, man, these various cities across the world, man. Paris, London, it's just gonna erupt into madness. Paris is ready to erupt into madness. Not only have you got all these immigrants in there that ain't doing nothing but standing around, scratching their balls, ready to fucking pickpocketing shit. It's true, isn't it? Like, you go to these places, like when me and this immigrant crisis is fucking real. Don't think that's fake. Years ago, I don't even know how many years ago, maybe 6, 7 years ago. Remember me and Ramon, we went to Belgium, and then we were going to places like a bus station, and we was like, what the fuck? The whole bus station on the floor was just black immigrants just lying on the floor living there. And that was 6, 7 years ago.
Same when you come out of Paris, you come out to the train station in Paris, it's the same thing.
Like, yeah, you come out of
yeah, same thing. I was shocked. I was like,
in Europe, you've got a whole bunch of fucking heathens from all over the world that are just hanging around in these cities, no job, no nothing. They're just there on the streets, blood, just dirty, hanging around. What do you think they're gonna be doing during that time?
Living it up. They're gonna run riot,
breaking into people's houses and doing what they want to do. Because it's mainly men. Most of the fucking guys that's coming across the border are mainly men, young men that's coming, and their mindset is, I'm coming to fuck this. I'm coming to get what I need to get.
Survival things now.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, so don't think, and the same thing with America. You got all them immigrants flowing into America, and they're putting them in places. A lot of them man ain't stable. So when all hell breaks loose, they're just gonna gang together and do their thing. They're not American. They don't fuck about American values or American people. None of them from Ecuador. It's gonna go wild.
For because of their pride, the sick shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods, because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation.
Certain men are gonna get to the point they're like, we're not getting no food, the government ain't giving us food, even man that's gonna have the chip ain't gonna be getting no food. So they're gonna be like, yo, hold on, we need to just get together and go get it somehow. So they're gonna raid other places. They're gonna get together and they're gonna go on raiding parties into neighboring neighborhoods. And this place is perfect for that, because usually what you have is there ain't much difference between a buttery area and the ghetto. Just look at Hackney.
One street.
Just one street. If you go into Hackney now, you got the ends where all the gutter people are, and then you cross over a road into this, and it's all nice house, nice flats. They got the avocado butter. They got everything. Hey, what's protecting them, man, on the other side? Nothing. Them man are like, hold on, fam. Them man, I know them man got something over there.
Well, some of them have got the gated little communities, like initial gates outside of the shit. But there's not that many places like that. But even still, they're just gates. They're just gates. You know what I mean?
They're gonna be trying to move up in there. It's like that in most places that the buttery area ain't far from the area with the roughnecks.
Yeah.
Or you got one area like London is very ethnically divided, because when they first started putting people from different ethnicities in London, they placed them based on ethnicity. So you got areas that, like for instance, you go up fucking what's it called? Fuck. Halsden. When you go to Halsden, there's a point where you walk down one of the roads, bare fucking Brazilians and shit there. Then you walk on a little bit, then it's just bare Malis. Like right where we're from, you don't see no fucking Malis.
Nah.
Them Malis are in specific areas that they all live. A whole bunch of Malis. Then you get places like Woolwich, bare Ghanaians and other dick there. You know what I'm saying? Bare Ghanaians.
Could be their territories, man.
Woolwich, Arsenal, and all that, because it's like that. And you might get another area where there's bare groups. Go down South London, bare South American in a particular area. They're like Oval in them places there. So it's already divided into certain demographics anyway, and them demographics are gonna get smoky with each other. It's natural. Someone say.
GMS Hawaii bar said Benjamin hates to see Judah win. Shake my head no.
What are you talking about?
I think I know what you're saying, but I'll think you ask
Hey yo, hey, shalom, man. Hey, go ahead.
This is Skedezo Hashim and Trench.
Yeah, go on. I can't even do it. I was gonna give him I can't. Anyway, go on.
Behold, says Most High.
Can I make him one? Yeah, go and read that.
Behold, says Most High, I will call together all the kings of the earth to reverence me, which are from the rising of the sun, from the south, from the east, and Lebanon, to turn themselves one against another, and repay the thing that they have done to them.
Again?
Yeah.
Read the point, innit?
Yeah, that was the point of that. Now jump to 2nd Ezra 16. We'll read from verse 17. We'll read down from there.
2nd Ezra 16 and 17. Woe is me! Woe is me! Who will deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrow and the great mourning, the beginning of famine and the great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when this evil shall come? Behold, famine, plague, tribulation, and anguish are sent as a scourge for amendment. But for
But
all
that's already been happening. But are the people of the earth saying, "Rah, like you know what? We need to, we need to check our position." No, they're going harder into wickedness, harder into Batimanism, harder into idolatry, harder into everything which is evil.
Mm-hmm.
So the Lord's gonna bring it in its perfection. He's gonna turn it up even more.
well, but for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourge. Behold, victory shall be so good cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in a good curse, and even then shall evils grow upon earth.
And as you can see, that's happening now. The cost of living is on fucking inflation, and the cost of living is moving mad, and it's gonna get worse. Cost of living and inflation is only gonna get worse. It's getting mad out there, and the prices are going up rapidly. I'm telling you, it's going up faster and faster and faster.
Yeah, I thought that's what it was, brother.
Yeah, go on. Go on.
Behold, victory shall be so good cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in a good curse, and even then shall evil grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine.
Now, a lot of people are gonna die because the whole system of food, logistics, and production is gonna be fucked up, and people are gonna die because they don't have enough food, because they're in a situation where they've never produced food for themselves. They don't have food stored for themselves, and there might be food, but how do you get there? You have to go through hell to try and get where food is.
Yep.
You might have to go through some real risky roads.
It's like, that's why we reference movies like The Road and stuff like that, man.
Yeah.
It's not a nice time to
Hey, listen,
be rolling around.
imagine, yeah, all hell breaks loose in London, and you find out there's food, but you even got to get from Barking to Hackney.
Yeah, mad trip.
Like, bro, this really in a city like London, and it's all madness going on, and the man them are out there at night, or
And it's
the man
dense.
them are out doing madness.
It's densely
You
populated
just
as well.
stay with your family, just trying to move through the roads, blood. Listen,
Yeah,
you know
it's mad.
how many demons you're gonna come across trying to make it there.
I said, London's dense, man.
Yo, trying to get 2 miles away from you in a situation like that can be death,
But it's not like you're gonna go anywhere and not see somebody.
bro.
Bro, you're gonna, you know what I mean? You're on someone.
You gotta cross some border lines, like,
Yeah,
you know what
yeah.
I'm saying?
You got these goons on the street. Yeah, you got all
Running
kinds of shit
around.
going on, man.
Listen, it's a man.
Machetes and whatever. It's madness, bro.
It's true. It's true. You gotta put yourself in that time when all hell's breaking loose. Yeah, there might be food at your local. They might have a Walmart set up and say, "Come here to get your food."
Yeah.
But we might die on the way there
If we can make it.
if you can make it. Like, man, come off your road and it's peak times.
Yeah. And then you gotta come out still. You still gotta come
And
out
you
of
gotta
there.
get back. Yo,
You know? And that's why, it makes a lot of sense as well, for these governments to set up checkpoints and things like that.
Yeah.
Prison camp, concentration camps,
camp,
right?
yeah.
For your safe, quote unquote, safety, So, they'll bring food in there and you could be in
if
there.
they deem your area to be a fucking
Yeah.
too many rebellious people in there, they're not gonna differentiate between you and them. That's as we see in Palestine. It's just gonna be like, yo, that area right there, everyone in there is a fucking write off.
Yeah.
So we don't want to anyone trying to cross that borderline is dead. There's zombies in there.
Yeah.
That's what they show you, innit?
Yeah.
They had that one in London where they start shooting people from the rooftops that were just trying to get out. Like, nah, fuck that. Open up. We can't tell who's there. Just everyone there.
Lick them off.
Whole head tops. Yolk spilling out. Going up.
For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the anger shall the sword destroy.
Yeah, what vocab Malone gonna do in that day? Because there ain't gonna be no more being corny on the internet, being a street apologist. You're gonna be on the street apologizing. That's what you're gonna really be doing. Oh, sorry, please. Because the man them are gonna have you up on the roads looking crazy. What's vocab gonna do in that day? The Lord is gonna have you like a ping pong ball of judgment, man. You're gonna be all over the place. Trust me. In fair, because you're gonna remember that because you've been dealing with us, that we said all these things were gonna happen, and it ain't gonna be a fucking game no more. this little game that you're trying to play. It's gonna be real life. And what are you gonna do? And then you're gonna get judged, and you're gonna get put to death, man. The judgment of the Lord is gonna come upon you. Fool. I don't deal with the eschatology. You're gonna live the eschatology in that day.
As goes on to say, and the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them.
Because normally when someone dies, you start dressing the body and taking care of them, and nah, man. People are just gonna die and they're gonna stay where they are. They're gonna be in their houses dying. And they're gonna stay in their houses. Some people are gonna have a heart attack in their house. Who are you gonna call? Man's having a heart attack. You're gonna call the ambulance. Ambulance can't get to you, fam.
Because that man, you put on the waiting list.
You're just gonna be there. They're gonna be dead in the house. You know, kind of like now in Palestine, they're blowing them hospital. I can't get to the hospital. Hospital just got blown up. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
A lot of women are pregnant in Palestine right now. They can't. If they have complications, they're dead. There ain't no one to help them.
No fuel for the ambulances. Shit like that going on, you know.
It's crisis time.
For the earth shall be wasted, and the cities shall be cast down.
Now, when it says the earth shall be wasted, that's what I'm saying. These weapons are designed to waste the earth. Palestine and Gaza is getting wasted right now. You seen the videos, man. That man fly the drone out and the thing look like spaghetti. It look like spaghetti. The way them buildings get torn up. That's gonna be all these cities in the world. They're gonna get touched. Hear that? See? Right. Someone popping off right now.
Them Hamas rockets.
There shall be no man left to till the earth and to sow it.
That means the death that's gonna come is like it's gonna be a massive depopulation, man. So many people are gonna die in this time that's coming. So we ain't seen nothing yet. Go on, huh?
The trees shall give fruit, and who shall gather them? The grapes shall be ripened, and who shall treat them? For all presses shall be desolate of men.
Why does it say that? Because it's gonna be this war that's coming, and the famine is literally gonna depopulate the earth, man. Compared to the numbers of people there are now, it's gonna be a lot of death, a lot of killing going on, man. And it's not just gonna be somewhere far away from you. It's gonna be where you're at.
Above your head, next door.
Now, if you ask the average person in London whether they think that could happen, they don't really think nothing gonna touch London. Maybe a little terrorist attack, but it's gonna be worse than terrorist attack here. Trust me, the Lord's gonna bring real judgment on London, and it's necessary.
Well, it's like everything you watched in the movies on steroids, you know. You know, like the Purge, but you added war in there. You know, yeah, man, it's gonna be a scary time for everybody, you know.
So that
for some people they're gonna be liberated. There's certain man that they were made to be. They were made to be in a lawless situation like that. Just go out and act crazy.
Wild.
They're liberated to be the beast that they are, man. They're just gonna run around here doing madness, man. Taking a chance. Yeah, man.
It goes on to say, so that one man.
What them lesbians gonna do? Fucking no, man. That's a 2-for-1 bargain right there. You run up in a house with lesbians, you be fucking. You think you won the lottery, man? 2 pussies for the price of 1, bro. Man are gonna have fun with them lesbian couples. One of them's a stud. You ain't gonna do shit. Fucking shook, man. You know what I mean, these women are gonna. All these lesbians, I never understand it. When I see 2 women, I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck? Like, what is one getting from the other? Are you for real? That you are a weak household. They're the first house. If man said, which house are we gonna rob first? It's the house with the 2 lesbians, man. There's literally 2 pussies up in that house, man, hiding under the bed. You ain't going to the house with some one raw fucking biker Hell's Angels dude in there, fucking. You know what I mean? You guys are the one with the 2 lesbians, man. We getting that one first, man. Fucking joke. I can't believe it. Whenever I see lesbians, bro, I just feel. I say to myself, this is peak time for you, man. You're gonna both in there, and there's not even one of you with half a backbone. You're finished, man. Just terrible fare. Hold on, okay.
So that one man shall desire to see another and to hear his voice, For all the seed there, I mean, for all, for of a seed, there shall be 10 left, and 2 of the field, which shall hide themselves in the thick groves and in the cleft of the logs.
So what that represents here is a massive depopulation. So I don't mean there's only going to be 3 people left in London. What it means is London's got what, 11 million people in there, I believe. Is it 9 or 11? I think it's 11. I want to say 11, but it might be 9. I think 9 might be a few years back.
Yeah.
It's fucking mad. London's got a lot of fucking people in it. London's got more people in it than Scotland, the whole country of Scotland, just in London.
Just under 9 million. Oh, that was 2019.
Okay, so it's probably there and thereabouts.
9.5 mil.
Right, so there's 9.5 million people. So there's almost double the amount of people in London as there is in the whole of Scotland in this city, man. It ain't gonna be 9. I'll tell you this for free. It ain't gonna be 9 million people by the end of this thing. Massive amounts of people are gonna die in this city. The smell is gonna be everywhere. All right. Let's finish up on this one. I know brother's got to hit the plantation.
For the seed, there shall be 10 left, and 2 of the field, which shall hide themselves in the thick groves and in the clefts of the logs. As in an orchard of olives upon every tree, there are left 3 or 4 olives, or as when a vineyard is gathered, there are left some cluster of them that the regent seek through the vineyard. Even so, in those days, there shall be 3 or 4 left by them that search their houses with the sword.
So there's gonna be massive amounts of death, man. And that time is right. And this whole thing that's happening in the Israeli state is another massive step towards that end. But we still got the MOTV, but we're right around the corner from the MOTV coming. You know? So that's why we got to be on point, because things are moving faster and faster and faster. You know, things are moving faster and faster and faster, man. So we're in that time. So yeah, we're gonna close up with that. You know, but we gotta get out of here. But Kal Halal,
Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Chachmadash.
and double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. I want to see brothers on the highways and the byways teaching. Shalom.
Shalom, shalom.